Hello, and welcome back, my wonderful tome readers, as we continue. Please Be Happy, which has been such a soft, fluffy visual novel. I'm really enjoying it. Though I do question whether I should even do the other route on stream. As I've made clear, I am absolutely going for Aspen on this run. She is adorable. It's like both are absolutely like my weakness, being related to books. I made my whole VTuber theme around it too. But it's like I I might want to leave the other route just so people have reason to really look into it, because this is very well written, and some of these moments, just watching them back during the editing process, I'm concerned that they're not hitting quite as well when you're not the one at the helm. When it's someone else doing the experience, and as emotional and nice as it is, for the people who really want the princely library owner route to be finished, it's something I'm not deciding for today. I have lightly spoiled myself in that looking for reference images for thumbnails on YouTube. Apparently the game is split up to 5 chapters, the last 2 kind of like splitting between whoever you're pursuing, which I'm judging solely from which of the 2 lovely ladies are in the pre-chapter title card. I think that's the best term for it. But yeah, it's a decision I'll be thinking on, because this has been a delightful treat this entire time, getting to know these 2, and it's just finally starting to get past the real surface level stuff. I'm excited to see what is next. We left off pretty much right at the movie date.
That's what happened.
This save will be kept in perpetuity, because the first 2 chapters there weren't a whole lot of choices to make. There's not a whole lot of reason to go back and replay it for the other route if I do decide going that way. And I have a secondary save here too, and just in case I'm an idiot. But yeah, let's get here. We'll probably go through the log, make sure I'm not forgetting any particular details. We just had the choice between movie date with Aspen or staying with Juliet. Let's see. Just like watching really big TV. Oh, right. We haven't scrolled up to it, but Aspen's birthday is coming up. We've gotten her to reluctantly agree to doing something together. Maybe going out for dinner together, or what I think is going to end up happening, a quiet dinner at her apartment, perhaps. So, yeah. Very nice. Now to answer the question posed on the various invites I put out, Blue Sky and my Discord, are we going to be stopping for cheap candy to sneak into the theater? Because I know I'm not the only one where that was like a almost universal experience. Every time you go to the movies, stop at the dollar store or something on the way, pick up some dollar Skittles or Reese's Pieces. Personally, I liked hot tamales and just sucking all the cinnamon off before chewing the jelly inside. But I might just be a freak. I don't know. Let's see, big sip before we go into this. Alright, narration duty. Aspen leads the way outside and down the road.
So what movie are we going to see? It's based off a book that I read a long time ago. I should have mentioned that it's a horror movie.
Ooh.
That won't be a problem for you, right? Nah, it's fine.
Will it be fine, though?
What's a horror movie?
Okay, we're starting there.
A scary movie. This one's about a creepy clown that terrorizes a small town.
Ooh, it. Is it the remake, though, or the original with Tim Curry?
A clown? How is that scary?
Oh, Tim Curry can make a lot of things scary, Miho.
Well, he's not a regular clown, although those are frightening enough on their own. You'll just have to see, I
Aspen is uncomfortable around clowns. Got it.
Alright. I didn't know you like scary things. I don't watch them that often, but like I said, I read the book a long time ago.
Oh,
so
definitely
I already
it.
know what happens. It's just interesting to see how well it gets translated to the screen. If it ends up being too much for you, just let me know. Not everyone has the stomach for these sorts of films.
I can't. God, it's been a long time since I've actually seen the Tim Curry It. Was it a bloodfest or was it like the early days before like horror movies would go just like big blood splattery scenes? Because I'm pretty sure there is a reveal of teeth when he's dressed as it in the clown Pennywise outfit, and it's just like sharp needle like. I'm pretty sure like gums are bleeding then, but I can't remember if there's like the big splatter scenes.
Okay.
The movie theater is on the same street as the Bell House, but a lot further down. It's the one that Juliet showed me before. Back then, I told her that I didn't think I'd be interested in scary movies, but here I am anyway. It's not something I'd go see by myself, though. Aspen pays for both of our tickets, saying I can just pay her back later. We go inside through a pair of glass doors like the ones at the museum.
Do you want any snacks?
Ooh.
Of course! What do they have?
Oh god, her first experience with fresh buttery popcorn.
Well, traditionally you have popcorn at the movies. They also have candy and other things too. If you'd like, we can share some popcorn.
Getting some deep vibes going.
Sounds good. I've never had popcorn from a machine like that before. Let's change that then.
Aspen goes to the counter and places our order while I wait nearby. A minute later, she approaches me carrying an enormous tub of popcorn. It's at least as big as my head, ears and all, and man, isn't that one of the other fun parts of the movie-going experience, though God, it feels like they're twice as expensive nowadays as they used to be.
Whoa, that's huge! Considering how much they charge for it, it's only fair. Come on, let's go sit down.
I follow her down a hallway and through another door where I finally get my first look at a movie screen.
Whoa, that's huge too!
It makes my TV look like a toy in comparison. In fact, it's probably bigger than my entire room. We go up some stairs, then sit down one of the back rows near the middle. Aspen holds a bucket in her lap and grabs a handful, right as something starts to play on the screen. Immediately, my ears are assaulted by blaring music and booming speech, the sound coming from all around. I instinctively cover my ears at first.
Is it supposed to be this loud?
I have to yell just to make myself heard. Yeah, honestly, this is actually a very similar first experience at the movies for my little sister. She has very sensitive ears when it comes to sound. It's hard for her being in public sometimes without like earplugs. And you know, some people don't appreciate us having to speak a little louder to get past her earplugs. And it took her a while to get over that. It sucks how many like little disabilities that were probably borderline unseen back in the day, back before, you know, anytime something's making a noise that loud, it's usually because something happened.
Yes, but we're not. It's like the library. These are just previews for other movies that are coming out soon. But once the real thing starts, we're not supposed to talk. Although, it's not like there are many other people around that we'd be disturbing.
We get to talk in the movie with Aspen. Man, I love dishing some dirt out in the middle of the theater. It's like, oh my god, did you see that? But she's right. We're the only people in the theater right now. This must be why she wanted to see the movie this early in the day. That and the cheaper tickets. Eventually I get used to the volume level. I grab a handful of popcorn with a bucket to munch on. I'm surprised by how tasty it is. Slap my hand over my mouth to shut myself up, which makes Aspen laugh. She leans over to whisper.
It's fine. We won't bother anyone. It's just good to know for the next time you see a movie. Oh. Okay.
Oh, it's a term. Matinee, that's the term. Matinee is like the early times when it's like, they're not expecting a lot of people, but, you know, might as well run it and see if people are just like trickling.
This is really good.
We sit through a few minutes worth of previews before our movie finally begins. Aspen and I, mostly me if I'm being honest, are almost halfway through the popcorn already. The movie gets right into the action. Within the first couple of minutes, the clown Aspen mentioned is already causing chaos. I thought clowns were supposed to be funny, but apparently this one didn't get the memo. I'm not bored, but I'm not exactly scared either. At one point, there's a loud bang as the evil clown jumps out of the darkness. Oh, that was a cute squeak. Beside me, Aspen jumps in her seat, almost spilling the popcorn on the floor. Embarrassed, she wraps her arms tighter around it so it doesn't happen again. The movie lasts a lot longer than I expected. By the time we leave, it's almost lunchtime, although I'm too full of popcorn to be hungry. Aw, that's quitter talk. I'll also give it like another 15 minutes. Stepping out and into the sunlight, I notice Aspen's face is pale, and she wipes her hands on her blouse. No, your buttery hands, nah.
So, how did you like it? It was alright. I don't think I was ever very scared, though. That's good. I thought I would be okay since I knew what was going to happen, but it startled me a few times. Yeah, I noticed.
At one point, she was even covering her eyes.
Well, there's a reason I don't watch those types of movies very often. I'm glad you had a nice time, though.
It is a good thing that she did, though. She is an aspiring writer. And aside from, you know, actually writing, one of the best things to do to become a better writer is to observe how other people write. Not just in books, but also like in movies, and especially in genres you're not planning to write in. And like she said before going to the movie, she's already read the book, and she wanted to see how it translated to the screen. Nothing's ever perfectly translated. A great example is literal translation between languages. Do you think you can maintain the iambic pentameter of Shakespearean plays while also keeping the rhyming scheme? It's like you're going to lose something. You're going to lose some bit of nuance, whether it be in how you choose the words you translate to focus on the rhyme scheme or the way it's spoken, or on the word choice getting the same mood. It's all a choice you need to make. Sometimes looking at genres and works that are very different than what you plan to do are the very ways that you can find word choice or ways that others set up moods, figure out, is that how I want to do it? Or does that convey things in a way I wish to avoid? And so on. As long as you actually get some writing done on top of it, it's a very good way to figure out how you want to write a thing.
Yeah, for inviting me. Maybe next time we can see something that's easier to watch.
Finally, Aspen manages a smile.
Yes, I'd like that.
Ooh, now it's time to go outdoor the afternoon. Oh. It doesn't look like there's anything actively going on. We can... No, we can't go back to the den or home. I am a little curious. Without an event here at the waterfront, I wonder what is going on. The fish market is in full force right now. Rows and rows of displays tightly showing off freshly caught fish, with lines of people twisting all around the market, waiting to purchase the goods. Excuse me. As I walk through the crowds, the dead eyes of hundreds of fish seem to pierce my soul. Don't get me wrong, I'm not squeamish around raw fish in the slightest. I mean, I've caught and eaten plenty of fish as a fox before. But is there something a little morbid about lining up all the little bodies for everyone to ogle? For me, I just eat them right after catching them. That's when they're the best, and it seems more respectful to the fish. It's a circle of life. I guess that's why they're the merchants and not me. Still no event. I'm a little curious if, what's her name? The other girl at the cafe, if she's over at the park. I was really hoping for some juicy gossip about what's going on with her and the dryad she likes. It's a slow day in the park, so I decide to find a cozy patch of grass and do some cloud watching. I never used to think much of the clouds in the sky, but I heard some people try to find shapes in them, so I've been trying that lately too. It seems like a relaxing activity. So, that right there is a kind of a biggish cloud with some wobbly edges. I guess it looks like a wave at the beach. And that small one is like a ball, maybe. I mean, between them is, it keeps changing shape. It's shaped like a, no matter how I look at it, it's just shaped like a cloud. They're all just clouds. It's too hard. I give up on this game. Fun little insight to Mio's mind. Ooh, and it's already Aspen's birthday. Later in the evening, Aspen sends a message to Juliet to let her know that she's ready for us to come over. The two of us walk down to the address she gave us. Juliet leads the way, of course, since I don't know many of the streets by name. We eventually arrive at an unremarkable-looking apartment building, just a few stories tall and without many decorations out front.
This is the place. I believe she's on the ground floor.
Ooh, she's lucky. Those tend to be more expensive. Not too far away, when the door swings open and Aspen pokes her head out to wave us over.
Juliet, over here. Aspen.
She holds the door open with one hand while pushing something away with her feet. Cat! I forgot cats!
Stay back, you two.
I freeze halfway to where she is.
What's wrong? I said, no, not you, Miho. I'm talking to the cats.
Yeah. Aspen gestures for us to come inside while keeping an eye on the floor. Juliet and I hurry in, and Aspen shuts the door behind us.
Well, ta-da! Or something. Whoa!
The entire place is just one room, except for a small bathroom. Right across from the door is a tiny kitchen area with a fridge, stove, and microwave. Honestly, it's cleaner than my place, but I mean, I am in the middle of being prepared to move out, like, ASAP. So that makes sense. It's more cluttered with all my boxes, but she's got little corkboard, so she can put little notes or messages. The mirror feels a bit tall. I think that's me nitpicking just because I used to sell mirrors at Bed Bath & Beyond, so usually the dimension for these would be like a standing mirror, but you put it on the back of a door. So it just feels weird being over a dresser that's already several feet off the ground. But it's cause, oh, what's this? At first I thought that was an owl, but these ears make me think something like squirrel or chipmunk. And whatever this is, it looks like something's just like popping up from under the bed. Everything else is basically a bedroom. There's a dresser, a small desk with a computer, and Aspen's bookshelf. Oh, sorry, bed itself. I don't know how to misread that. Some luggage boxes are scattered around, which I'm guessing were part of Aspen's cleanup.
I think that was the good kind of whoa.
I'm actually hanging. Oh, right. I can't just scroll back like some visual novels. But she has a shelf of little plants. You wouldn't think there'd be a whole lot of sunlight there, even if she's on the first floor, just the angle.
It's lovely, Aspen. I adore the fairy lights and plants. They make it feel very welcoming. Thank you for having us.
Apologies for the dog. The dryer just went off and she's still getting used to the buzzer it makes. I don't know how she isn't used to the fact that nothing actually happens when that happens, but... Dogs.
Yeah, thanks. It was a good whoa, don't worry.
Yeah, there's more stuff than what Miyaho's got in her room. I didn't really have any expectations, but I'm still kind of surprised by how small it is. I figured she'd been exaggerating that part at least a little bit. Decorations make it feel fitting for Aspen, though. Two pairs of green eyes peek at us from around the corner. Both cats go dashing into the bed as we step further in.
Sorry there's not more space to sit down. You can see why I don't have company over very often. You can sit on the bed if you like. Or the computer chair. Oh, it's fine. I'm okay on the floor.
Crisscross applesauce. I take a seat with my back against the dresser while Juliet sits down on the bed as invited. Aspen ends up taking the sole chair for herself. Almost as soon as I sit down, I start back up, remembering the occasion.
Oh yeah! Happy birthday!
Yes, happy birthday, Aspen. Here's to another wonderful year.
Thank you. This year has been pretty good, I must say.
Narrowing my eyes, I inspect Aspen, who notices and frowns at me.
Can I help you? You don't look any older.
We've known her for 3 months, Mio.
I'm glad to hear that. It doesn't just happen overnight on your birthday, though. Not that you would be aware of that, I suppose. Anyway, enough about that. Are you two hungry? We've already done everything there is to do here, I believe.
What? No, you haven't thrown pillows and blankets around like some kind of crazy pajama party.
Now you understand why I never have people over.
Aw.
It's fine. I don't mind just sitting around. But, yeah, I'm always ready to eat.
Have you decided where you want to go?
I think so. There's a seafood restaurant that isn't too far away that I enjoy, but don't go to very often. Does that work for both of you? I'm okay with anything. I just like food.
Indeed. It's your birthday, so we'll have whatever you want.
All right. Let's get going then.
I'd be so tempted to test that statement from friends. It's like, oh, really? Well, there is this food truck downtown I've been wanting to try out. If I could pay attention to the food trucks. But the little town I live in, well, a small city. It's more like multiple cities that just kind of grew towards each other. I'm sure they got food trucks somewhere. I'm not sure if they're big enough to like have posted schedules or anything. The restaurant is a bit of a walk from Aspen's apartment, but it's a nice day, so I don't mind. We end up at a pier not too far from the museum I visited. It's not a very big place, but it's bigger than the Bell House. Half of it juts out over the ocean itself. Dryer secondary buzz because someone did not go out to, swap it out yet or something. We got seated right away at a long table with metal stools.
It sure smells fishy.
Phrasing. Just because usually saying something smells fishy is usually, something seems off.
Supposed to. That means it's fresh.
Our waiter brings 3 menus, setting one in front of each of us, and promises to come take our order soon. Aspen and Juliet both pick up their menus and start to flip through, so I do the same.
Let me know if you need help reading anything, Miho.
Thanks.
Fortunately, there are plenty of pictures. The Bell House could learn a thing or two from here. I'm even able to read some of the words, like fish and corn. But there are others I don't recognize at all.
What do you usually get here, Aspen? Well, they're most well known for their crab, although it's very messy and expensive, so I've never had it. I usually get the crab chowder or fish and chips if I want to hate myself later.
But no, they're the perfect comfort food. What?
Oh. What's chowder?
Ooh.
It's like a thick soup. Oh. Isn't it hard to eat clams? I've tried before, but I couldn't get past the shells. They do that for you. No shells involved. Whoa. That's nice of them. I'm sure they'd be glad to hear that. Is there something you usually order when you go out to eat? Oh, I've never been to a restaurant before. Unless you count Bell House.
I wouldn't. Cafes are similar, but different preparation methods, I suppose.
Well, not as a paying customer, at least. But I know how they work because I've seen them on TV. I hope you enjoy your first time then. I will.
Both of you, feel free to order whatever you'd like. Don't worry about the price.
Don't worry, I wasn't.
Autism coding. A nearby door swings open. For a second, I can see into the kitchen as another waiter comes out, carrying a big bucket. A number of spiny little claws and legs poke out of it.
Wait. Is that...
They take the bucket to another table and set it down, along with a big pile of napkins.
the crab? Yes.
I mean, what if they all just split the crab? So that they can each split some crab legs open. I watch intently, curious to see how these people are going to get past the shells.
You shouldn't stay.
I ignore her. I have to know. They grab some utensils that I've never seen before. Use those to crack the shells. I watch, fascinated, while they do. Turning back to Aspen and Juliet, I've made up my mind.
I want that.
Simple but not two-dimensional. Mio's great. Clams were too hard, but I used to love eating crab. It's been a long, long time since I've had it, though.
It would be nice to try at least once.
Sounds like it's settled then.
Waiter, bucket of crab, please, for the table. Our waiter shows back up, a few glasses of water in hand, and Juliet orders for all of us. The waiter takes the menus back, saying our food should be out before too long. I sip my water and look around, enjoying the new experience.
Have you ever been here before, Julia?
I haven't. As I'm sure you know, I don't go out to eat very often. I've been to similar restaurants before, though.
You went to the Bell House back when it first opened, didn't you? I seem to recall you telling me that once.
I did, yes. I can still remember what I had. Chai latte with a blueberry scone.
Were you working there yet?
Oh no, I'm sure it's been decades.
Oh no, it was a few years before I came to Welly. Although, Regina, my boss, wants to expand. There's going to be a second location opening in a couple months.
Oh, that feels like foreshadowing for Aspen being given an opportunity, would it also mean that both her and Juliet wouldn't be able to stay in day-to-day contact with Miho, which would mean one would, if we choose one over the other would forget us. Ooh.
She asked me if I would consider being store
Oh.
manager.
Oh, we're getting it immediately.
Oh, congratulations! That's quite the honor.
You'd get to run the whole place? I would still be working for her, but otherwise, yes. I haven't decided if I want to do it or not, though.
The question is, would it be for staying at the current location, because Aspen already knows it, and what'd she say the manager's name was? Regina. I mean, if Regina's taking over the new location, it wouldn't be too hard. But if not, though, oof. Romance complications.
It would be a lot more work and responsibility, obviously. It would take up much more of my time, too. I'm not sure if I want to put myself through that.
Yeah, management is not for everyone. For sure, for sure.
That's understandable. I do think you'd be well suited for it, though.
Yeah, you already do a lot at the other Bell House. Thanks. Yes, it is tempting. I told her I'll think about it and give her an answer by the end of next month. The building it'll be in is already a coffee shop, so it won't take too long to convert. It all depends on some other things, really. Like what?
Ooh.
Well, for one, I'd been thinking about keeping this a secret until I hear back, but I finally finished a draft of my manuscript. I sent it off to a few publishers to see what they think.
It really depends on setting, because as I understand it from other professional writers who've spoken about the process, like sending in your work, seeing how people like it, and getting a bunch of rejections, it does, unless you know people who can like at least somewhat vouch for the quality of your work, it does take a while until your work is actually like seen outside of like contest type submissions.
Oh, congratulations, Aspen. That's a stunning achievement.
But yeah, and like not to make light of it, it is absolutely an achievement. Whether or not she gets recognized for it yet, it's not easy to consider a creative work done. A lot of my creative friends have that urging when it's like, okay, is it? No, it needs a little bit more work before it's like, okay, fix that. But no, I need to fix that. It's sometimes knowing when to just like stop. We don't need perfect. This is far better than good enough.
Yeah! What are you gonna do with all your free time now? Thank you. That's a good question. I'm sure I'll spend plenty of it worrying. Other than that, I will need to find some new ways to fill my day.
Write some more.
If all goes well, then I won't have time to help out at the new store. I'm getting rather ahead of myself, though. It's only been a little over a week since I submitted it. Oh. I hope it works out for you. Me too.
We sit and talk about the usual stuff for maybe 15 or 20 minutes before our waiter comes out of the kitchen carrying a giant bucket just like the one we saw earlier. Aspen and I both gasp in awe as they place it on the table before us with a flourish, giving us a stack of napkins and tools like the other group.
Well, let's not just stare. Dig in!
God, they're not even showing it on screen, and I'm tempted. I really want to try a bucket of crab legs. I think I've only ever had imitation crab meat. And the only reason I got that was like, I want something new to just like mix into ramen to make it more than just water and the fucking powder they send in with it. And I'd already done like shrimp all the time. But like genuine crab, it might taste even better. And that was pretty decent.
I don't even know where to start.
I grab one of the pieces close to me. It's hot. So hot I drop it on my plate. Aspen does the same thing with a yelp of pain. Juliet, on the other hand, seems totally unbothered as she calmly claims a portion for herself. Leaning close, I blow on my food to try to cool it down. While I do, I watch Juliet to observe how she does it. She smiles when she notices me watching and turns her hands to give me a better view as she uses the tool to crack the shell and get to the meat. Aspen seems to know what she's doing too, once it's cool enough for her to handle. Now I just need to give it a try. I try to mimic what I saw Juliet do, and after a moment of squeezing real hard, it finally works.
That was a lot easier than trying to use my own claws. I should hope so.
I pile into it my... one sec. Sorry, oof. Very mucusy there out of nowhere. Pile it onto my fork and take a big bite, finally getting to enjoy my prize. Till my eyes go wide with how good it is.
Enjoying it?
Yeah.
Quickly finish the piece I was eating and then rush to grab another one. It's a lot easier to crack now that I know what I'm doing. For a while, the only sounds coming from our table are those of us enjoying our food and the occasional sip of water. Hey, welcome in, the Wannabe Weeb. Thank you for joining me with this playthrough of Please Be Happy. I am Lucy the Ferris of the Morningstar Archives, and we are, so what is this, chapter 3 of 5 total? 7 if you count how it's 2 alternate routes at the end. So we're a good way in. And I hope you enjoy me doing my best with narration duty, with every line that is not voice acted. But yeah. Scoot up a chair, grab a snack if you got one, and enjoy. When our waiter comes by to give us refills, they look a little shocked at how much we've already gone through. When the bucket is finally empty, I sadly toss the shell of my last piece into the waste bag. Juliet seems to pick up on it.
Are you still hungry, Miho?
Appetizer plate. Appetizer plate.
Hungry? No. Do I want to eat more? Yes. That was delicious.
Juliet glances at Aspen, who shrugs.
I could eat more.
Next time the waiter passes by, Juliet flags him down with a smile.
Could we get a second order of this, please?
It feels like it may as well be my birthday instead of Aspen's. Ah, that was cute. By the time we get through the second bucket, even I can't eat anymore. We'll leave the restaurant in a bit of a daze.
I don't know if I've ever been this full in my life. Me too. I think I'm set on crab for a long time now. Thanks for dinner though, Juliet. It was wonderful.
Of course. It was my pleasure. I hope you've had a nice birthday.
I certainly have. Now if I can make it back home, I'll call it a success. I feel like I've put on several kilos just from that meal.
Would you like me to call you a taxi?
No, it's fine. Walking some of this off will be good for me. I still have to pack and get ready for tomorrow.
I suppose Miho and I will head home as well then. Does that sound okay, Miho?
Yeah, but just walk slow.
Still, I manage a weak wave.
Bye, Aspen. Happy birthday again. Thank you again. Good night to you both. I'll see you two tomorrow.
Aspen trudges off, but Juliet somehow seems unfazed.
Shall we be off?
Deep breath, I steel myself for the long walk home.
Yeah. Let's go.
The day of Aspen's departure, she is unusually quiet. Although she shows up to breakfast like normal, she barely says a word throughout the whole meal other than things like, yes please, and no thanks. From the way she keeps checking her phone and messing with her face and clothes, I can tell something must be on her mind. I figured she's just antsy about her trip, so I don't bring it up or try to talk to her. Instead, Juliet and I mostly chat until we're done eating and the dishes are cleaned up. To the moment we're finished, Aspen perks up a little bit.
Miho, are you ready to go to the bus station? Yeah. This way, you have as much time as possible to get back. Precisely. Thank you.
Nice little walking date.
Of course.
Before departing, Juliet approaches Aspen and gives her a hug. From the outside, I realize that hugs look kind of weird. People have come up with the strangest ways to show they care about each other.
Safe travels, Aspen. Let us know when you get there.
Will do. I won't have reception while traveling, but I'll send a message as soon as I'm home.
Okay. But here's the thing. I can't remember anything up till this point that confirmed we're in an era with cell phones. Like, there were TVs, and I was very confident there were landline phones. So we're starting to get a better idea of the tech level. Not that it's important, but I like figuring things out.
How long's your trip? If it was by car, only a couple hours. It'll be closer to 4 by bus, though. I'll take an early one on the way back tomorrow, just to be safe.
Yeah, it does seem like it's been a fairly modern day. But it's just like knowing the exact things. It's fun puzzling out. Especially, like I said, when it's not a game where the exact tech level is necessary. It's just fun. Like a little mystery that doesn't need to be solved, but it helps me have reasons to keep thinking about the game beyond, it's like, what's the ending?
Ample reading time, it sounds like.
But thank you, Wannabe Weeb.
Oh, yes.
We can actually guess a year, because Aspen's birthday is known. The game gives a day when it happens. I guess that is true. But I've never put too much stock in that, especially because, I mean, there are some very big differences, like the fact that Wellington is on some sort of like floating island, if I'm recalling the early part of the game's description correctly. Like, we got here via airship, which is not the most modern way to travel. So it's like, when things are like very similar, but there are some like substantial things that are different, like geography, I don't put too much in the date and day of the week part of it. If it's the same like 7-day week, as far as I know, writers are just simplifying it. But it's like the tech stuff, that's where it's fun. Because if it's modern day, but it's not exactly the same, for all we know, they have some stuff we don't entirely. And that's what's really fun to speculate on in this story. She drums her fingers on a book tucked into her bag.
Patricia and I have a lot of catching up to do.
The author, I presume. Oh, clicked out of it. Although she's still fidgety, it seems like Aspen's remembered how to speak. After spending an unusually long amount of time adjusting her skirt and hair, she finally faces me brightly.
Well, shall we be off, Miho?
Walking date,
Yep.
walking date.
Goodbye,
Yeah.
Aspen. Good night, Miho.
Bye. Later.
Oof. The door seemed a little loud. It made me think it was like slammed for a second. But Aspen holds the front door open for me as we exit the library.
Where exactly is the bus station?
a good question. This area looks familiar. I could have sworn it was next to the airport, if it's still called that with airships instead of planes.
Not too far from my apartment. We'll pass it by on the way there. Should we stop by and say hi to the cats? I'm sure they'd love to see me. They're going to be angry enough at me for leaving for a day. I'm not sure I want to traumatize them right before I go. Oh, dang it. I've never gotten along with cats. Have you known many? Only a few. Some of the strays have some really good stories to tell.
Wait. So I just considered what if. It might not come in the story, but it would be fun if there was a moment of just like, hey, Miho, can you tell me what my cats think of me kind of thing? Because like almost every cat owner I know would jump at the chance to know that, even just a little bit. It's like, why do they not like this wet food, but they like that wet food? I don't get it. Two of us walk along in silence for a little bit before Aspen pokes me on the shoulder. I've gotten more used to physical contact like that, but it still surprises me every time.
What's it like talking to an animal, anyway? How do you do it? I'm not sure. It was just something that I knew how to do, like making a den. A lot of the time, you can just feel what they mean without saying it. I don't know how to put it. No, that makes sense. There are some things that you just can't put into words, as much as you'd like to.
Yeah, it's like why the green crayon tastes like mint even when people don't actually taste it. Because clearly if it tasted like, I don't know, spinach, that seems crazy. Why would anyone think green is spinach flavored? Ugh.
Exactly. I have the problem a lot. I'll bet you don't, though. You'd lose that bet quite handily. Why? I'd say I struggle to put things into words more than anything. Really? How? I thought you loved writing.
Oh. Nothing's as frustrating as loving an activity. You learn about all kinds of struggles that people who don't even know about the activity will never understand.
I do, usually, but it's not that simple. Sometimes you just can't use any old words. You have to use the right ones.
Yeah, and you can't repeat words too often or it feels weird and you get self-conscious about it, even if a reader would just go, it's like, huh, that appeared twice in a paragraph. Whatever.
And often that means going through lots and lots of the wrong ones until you find them. I think it's easier the way animals do it. It certainly sounds like it. I often wonder if I could talk to Percy and Byron, what they would have to say. Maybe they just complain about me not feeding them enough or something. Do you want me to ask them? It's tempting, but no thanks. As long as I don't know for a fact that they're saying rude things, I can convince myself that they're not.
That's fair.
Rather like that other cat in the box. Cats like being in boxes, so they probably wouldn't be complaining. Not quite what I meant, but I'll take it.
Oh, Schrodinger's cat, is that what she's referencing? Maybe. For a bit, Aspen hums quietly to herself while we walk. I don't know if she knows that I can hear her. Even though she's being more chatty, there's still something that seems a little off about Aspen. I can't quite place my finger on what it is, though. At one point, she checks her phone and starts to walk a little bit quicker.
Are you looking forward to going home?
Ooh. If she has to think about it, that kind of answers my question.
I am, yes. But like I said, I prefer to only do so for a day or two at a time.
It's like, I can attest if you move away from home where it is a an experience getting back, there's probably reasons for it. Not all of them are just a case of you ended up where the work was.
Because of your parents? A little. They're not really that bad, though. Mum's a worrywart and Dad isn't, so Mum feels like she needs to worry enough for both of them. It's not too bad over the phone, but when I'm there, Mum always tries to convince me to stay and move back. So I tell them they should move out here instead. And Mum goes into why they can't, and it's just tiresome.
Sounds like she cares about you a lot.
Oh, that. Sorry, just the tone there. It kind of sounded like. Because maybe not like jealous, but like sad that she doesn't really relate to that.
She does. And I love her too, don't get me wrong. It's more the town than them. Or rather, the lack thereof.
What do you mean?
They live in the middle of nowhere. Mum loves it out in the countryside and says she can't live without her backyard view and half a kilometre from the nearest neighbours. I, on the other hand, can't live without bookstores and coffee shops and high-speed internet.
You're here?
So that's why you moved to Wellington?
That's why I moved to Wellington. It seemed like a necessity to make it as an author.
I try to put together the things she's been telling me into one big picture.
Can you only find the right words here?
Exactly. At least, that's what I thought before I came. Turns out that moving to a new city won't magically make you a better writer. Or even a writer at all.
I mean, change of scenery is good. Different experiences. Just knowing how different things can be in person rather than just reading about it can really help open your eyes.
Back when I was in school, I used to daydream about what life in the big city must be like. Busy and important things happening during the day, and then nights full of excitement and sparkling wonder. Instead, it's the Bell House, and a tiny apartment the size of my living room back home. I thought if I put myself in this new environment, then I'd grow into the type of person who belonged there. I learned the hard way that places don't change who we are.
Honestly, I'd like to say that's not true. Places do change who we are. It's just not immediate. It takes time getting to know the people in the area, and sometimes changes aren't always for the better. But we are shaped by the people we surround ourselves with, as well as the people we choose not to.
Still, better to be struggling to make it in the city than doing nothing out in the boonies, I tell myself.
I think it sounds pretty nice. Peace and quiet, nothing to have to worry about.
Ugh, not you too. That's exactly what my mum says. Trust me, it sounds better hearing about it than living it. Just like Wellington. Or any city, I'd imagine. I'm sure even Wellington must seem like a bore compared to some of the places you've been to. Like Shanghai or Seoul.
Well, yeah. I still like it though. Those cities are too big for me. They're noisy and loud and smell bad, and anything can be dangerous. You have to be on your guard all the time. It's not like that here. The scariest thing I've seen was a movie.
That's true. I'm glad. I'm glad you liked it enough to stay.
Me too.
We're well into the city, pretty far past Cuba Street and the Bell House. Now that I've been there once, I also recognize Te Papa, the museum, when we pass it by. By now, there isn't much I don't recognize. I've been all over this part of Wellington enough that I could probably get from here to Mount Victoria with my eyes closed. I memorized other cities the same way when I lived there, but for the most part, once I left, I forgot all about them. Not sure I'd ever be able to forget the streets of Wellington, though, even if I wanted to. Instead of humming, Aspen started fidgeting again as we walk, messing with her phone and purse and hats and glasses. Sorry, hats. Sorry. I recognize the shops and apartment buildings from the walk to Aspen's house, so we can't be very far from the station.
Are you nervous?
Me? No. No. Why would I be? Do I seem nervous?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Is it because of the bus? You don't have to worry about that. I've ridden on them lots of times and they only broke down like once.
Oh.
No, it's not that.
Oh, is she nervous about not getting back in time?
I mean, no, I'm not nervous.
Okay.
I've never seen Aspen more nervous, but I still don't push it. I can hear and smell the best station before I see it. It comes into view. There are 2 or 3 buses parked or passing through. I wonder if one of them is Aspen's. We stop across the street and she checks her phone again, then puts it away.
You're not late, are you? Oh, I could have walked faster.
No, no, we're right on time. It'll be here any minute now.
Cool. I'll wait with you till it arrives.
I start to cross the road, but stop when I notice Aspen isn't following. Instead, she's still standing on the sidewalk, gripping the strap on her bag tightly.
Aspen?
Excuse me. Sorry about that. I trot back to her, looking around to see if I'm missing something. But there's nothing other than a couple people waiting far away at the station.
Are you alright?
Oh. Sorry, it's the framing of this. It's like everything's off kilter a little bit. Honestly, the face makes me think that she's about to cry. It feels like something's about to just break my heart in the next few lines or something. She blinks a couple times and then takes a deep, deep breath before facing me.
Miho, I have to tell you something.
The effect of her words is immediate. Like she casts a spell, my heart starts to race. Whatever she's gonna say must be why she was acting so weird all afternoon. Is it something bad? Is she not gonna come back after all?
Yeah?
I barely managed to croak out an answer. I can't handle more heartbreak so soon.
It's something that I've been thinking about telling you for a long time. But it was one of those things where I wasn't sure how or when, because I didn't know how you'd take it.
What could it even be? We just saw Juliet, so it can't be anything to do with her. Lena?
But then, after we all talked the other night, I realized that I should just say it anyway. Because no matter what, I know I would regret it more later if I didn't. Who knows how many more chances I might get?
Yeah?
So I thought about it. A lot. What the right words were. And I just couldn't figure it out. So I didn't prepare.
I'm just saying this, somehow, and hoping. God, I'm actually saying this, aren't I?
Not yet, but hopefully it's not gonna kill me. Her grip on her hat shifts, clutching it so tightly her knuckles are turning white. I feel frozen in place, not sure what to do or say. All I can do is stare, my heart feeling like it's gonna explode out of my chest while she looks down at the ground. Whispering something to herself, she wrings her hat in her hands before finally looking back at me.
There's something I want you to know. Miho, I used to think that there was no way someone like you could exist.
Okay, this is going in a better direction than I was hoping.
Someone who looks at the world like you do, and is honest about what you see. The good and the bad. And at the same time, someone who doesn't realize just how much she has to offer. Just how much she makes you make people happy. But here you are. Maybe meeting you used up all my luck for the rest of my life. But here you are. And I love you. And I just couldn't keep not telling you that. In case maybe you love me too.
Okay. Oof. Okay.
I couldn't keep just hoping and wondering and not knowing. And now that I've said it, it feels so good to have out there. I love you, Miho. I love you.
God, the relief. And also the worry that Miho is not going to have a great selection of options for me to react to this.
At first, I wasn't sure because everything seemed too perfect and unreal. I thought that I was just letting myself get carried away like I always do. A silly little daydream, but it's true. It makes me feel silly how much already, when I think of how utterly stupid it always sounded to me when reading about love at first sight. But how could it be anything else? I don't believe in coincidence, Miho. My life was changed the moment I saw you. I just didn't know it yet. Now I do. Now we both do. I love you, Miho. It's out there, and I can't take it back.
Words drift away into the air as we look at each other in silence. My head is TV static, buzzing with nothing to show. Not because it's empty, but because there's too much for me to process. Aspen. In love. With me? Wind whips past my face as a bus rolls by, pulling into the station. I barely notice it, barely able to notice anything. Aspen is in love with me. I don't know what to say. But Aspen raises a finger to her lips.
Shh. Don't tell me.
Don't do that to yourself, Aspen. No.
I said it now before I leave for a reason. Because I thought you might say that.
No, you...
Tomorrow, whatever it is you feel, I'll hear it then.
If circumstances make it so she is too late and she forgets us, it is going to fucking kill me. I swear to God. Y'all better not do this to me. Writing team. I look at her face for some guide on how to respond, but she just gives me a smile. A weak, fragile smile. Left dumbfounded, I nod. Aspen is in love with me? Returning her hat to her head, Aspen sighs like she just finished a hard day's work.
Well, that's it. All I have to say, I suppose. As if that wasn't one of the most important things I've ever said in my life.
And now both of us dread the meeting again, even if we know what we want to hear. The fear of that we might not hear it.
That's my boss. So, I'll see you tomorrow, Miho. And no matter what, it's okay. If we just carry on being friends like normal, I'm fine with that. More than fine. I'm just glad that I took the chance to tell you.
For how nervous she was a few minutes ago, she does seem a lot calmer now. I may as well be a statue as Aspen starts to walk past me, but then she pauses.
May I give you a goodbye hug?
It would have been less awkward to do that before the speech, but okay. That much I can respond to, at least.
Yeah.
We wrap our arms around each other, that weird human custom. Everything may have just changed, but she's still the same Aspen she was when we left the library. I try to listen for what she might be saying without words. She squeezes me tight. Finally, she steps away with a smile. It might be the most genuine one I've ever seen on her face.
Bye, Miho.
Bye.
I make my way back to the library like a zombie, my feet moving without really thinking about it. Aspen words keep replaying over and over in my head. I get them, but I can't make sense of them. There's not a sound to be heard from the empty aisles when I enter, Juliet having finished tidying up in the hour or so that's passed since I left. After a quick glance around, I head towards the stairs. When I head up to the second floor, I spot a sliver of light from underneath Juliet's bedroom door. I knock, and it opens just a moment later. Juliet greets me with a calm smile at first, but the corners of her mouth falter as she looks at my face. I don't quite know what expression I'm making right now. I don't know what I'm even feeling to begin with.
Miho? Did something happen?
Aspen said she's in love with me.
Oh, I see.
Juliet's not the type to be shocked easily. That's why I wanted to see her for advice. But she's even less surprised than I thought she would be.
Give me just a moment, and I'll meet you in my study.
I nod and head over there, opening the door. As I walk into the darkness, I'm met by several pairs of eyes.
What?
Just as startled as I am, several bats begin to flap their wings and noisily take flight, chittering overhead before most of them leave out the open window. The biggest one watches me for a bit longer before departing as well. By the time Juliet enters the study and turns on the lamp, it's just me and her.
Sorry I scared off all your bats.
It's fine, don't worry. I'll be back before too long.
We settle down into the same seats as last time, with Juliet behind her desk and me across from it.
So, Aspen.
Yeah. Aspen.
I wonder what Aspen's thinking right now. Is her head as much of a mess as mine? Probably, knowing her.
We had just gotten to the bus station. when she stopped and said it. She said she waited until just before she left, so she didn't have to hear my feelings until tomorrow, or when she gets home.
And what are your feelings?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't ever thought about love, or someone being in love with me. I don't even really know what it means. I know the word, but how does it feel? How would I know? The other day, you talked about how much you loved Cosette, and how you didn't know much about love before then. This is a different love from that, right?
She thinks to herself for a while, carefully considering her answer, and I'm glad she does. At least one of us can stand back and think over this properly.
Yes and no. Of course, the bond between a parent and their child is different than that of two partners, but it comes from the same part of the heart. The part that you give away to somebody else. Love is when you care about another person so much that the feeling becomes bigger than you. When your life is more full and joyful for the presence of that person in it. I could throw out any number of cliches, but they'd be meaningless. What love means and how it feels are different for every person. To speak from my own experiences, love is like a flower. It starts as something tiny, but as it's nurtured and cared for, it grows.
That's something I can agree with. I'll go more in depth with it, because they might cover what I would want to say on the subject.
It reaches toward the sunlight and towards something better, and blooms into something beautiful. Not all flowers grow at the same rate, and not all flowers look the same. But wouldn't you agree that that's the joy of flowers, Miho?
I look up from the floor towards Juliet, who's watching me warmly.
I like flowers, but I've never grown one before.
The same can be said for everyone at some point. But as long as you're willing to give it the time and patience that it deserves, even the tiniest seed can become something wonderful.
Juliet must see the confusion on my face because she touches my hand gently.
You should take some time to yourself, Miho. We can talk about it later tonight, if you're ready. If you needed even more time, I'm sure Aspen would understand.
Yeah. I need to think about it. And sorry for waking you up. Or keeping you up. Whichever.
It's no trouble at all. I'm glad that you felt comfortable coming to me about this.
It was the first thing I did. Thanks, by the way. You helped me out a lot.
Emotional moment only slightly ruined by roommate's talk. It happens.
Of course. It's my pleasure. It's what friends are for.
Alright, so largely I do agree with what Julia said. Love is something that's different for everyone, but a good love is something that is grown over time, and by extension takes effort. Like the the one part of the confession from Aspen that I didn't personally like, and it's just because of my views on love, is the whole love at first sight. It's a nice romantic concept in rom-coms and stories. But maybe it's just me. I don't know, maybe I'm Demi or Ace or something, point where I just don't feel a click like that at the beginning. Or to paraphrase, I don't know, a more worldly person than myself, I can't recall their name or the reference I read it in. Anything that can be fallen into can just as easily be fallen out of. It's the roots that are important. And the extension, the kind of love that Juliet described is what I think of as builder's love. And that, I can't remember where I'm quoting it from. There's a comic called Fables. It's about fairy tale people, like the characters of like the Grimm Brothers stories and Hans Christian Andersen or whatever, another world that are getting pushed out by war. And here they seem to have proportional power or immortality to the fame they have on this side. That's not important. Much later on in the series, they talk about love in context of Sleeping Beauty, whose curse keeps springing back up. Because, prick her finger, the curse keeps still resurging, she can only wake back up when kissed by a prince. Even working so well that a dog named Prince, licking her face, can wake her up. And she just hates that she just can't find what feels like true love, and some other magical creature, a bottle imp, whose name escapes me, tells her because what she needs is builder's love. When you go out, you set out with the intention to build a relationship with someone, not just wait for it to fall into your lap. And I don't think there's any better metaphor for it until I saw Juliet's comparison with flowers, especially with how love can look different for everyone, for every relationship. Her and Cosette was a type of love, was certainly not a romantic type of love that Aspen is reaching out towards us with. I like that. I'm gonna have to remember that, and it's gonna start being my first explanation when I'm trying to make comparison to healthy romantic relationships elsewhere, with builder's love as a close second, because I like both the comic series, but also making it sound like intention and planning is needed, which it should. It's like, I think it's possible to love someone in an uneven relationship, but does still need some correcting. If you're the only person who seems to love romantically and the other person is just like there until something better comes along, it's something that needs to be worked on or addressed. Yeah, I just want to put it out. I need a little bit of a breather. Not quite as bad as the other stream when we learned about Cosette. That had me weeping on stream, but that's why visual novels are great. Still the interactability of a game, but also the fun stories and moments you get to just like dig into the meat of it and examine. Juliet returns to bed, and I go back to my room as well. I sit down on the floor, which is where I've done a lot of my best thinking lately. I lean against my bed and turn on the TV. There sure are a lot of shows and movies about love, aren't there? It's difficult to imagine that concept applying to me. I do know that I care about Aspen a lot. I like being around her, I like talking to her, I look forward to seeing her when she's not there. We're friends. But could we be more than that? I spend a few hours stewing in my thoughts and not coming to any conclusions. love feels like something that couldn't and shouldn't apply to me. Yet, here I am. Hours pass as I consider the issue from every different angle. I end up with more questions than answers. Is it something I want? Is it something I could even do? What I choose to say to Aspen doesn't just affect me, but it affects her too. No matter what, both of our lives are about to change. And no matter what, I have to make a decision. I'm sure I'll have some doubts either way, but I can't just ignore or run away from this. So, after turning it over and over in my mind, I finally make a choice. Slowly, I stand up and head downstairs. My legs feel like jelly as they carry me towards another huge moment. My hands shake, but I hold on tightly to the banister as I head down to the kitchen where Juliet's making tea. There's a second mug set on the table, full of steaming hot chocolate.
Right on time, like always. I was just about to call for you.
I just want to say it's like, even though Juliet does not have the usual, like, shoulder cloak, outer jacket, whatever you want to call it, she somehow looks even more princely trope when it's just the button up and the cane.
I heard you get up a little while ago. I was still doing some thinking, though.
I see, I see. So, I take it that means you've made up your mind about Aspen, then?
Yeah. It wasn't easy, but I have.
Unless the game complicates it, it's going to be yes, because Aspen's adorable, and I connect with her far too much.
Matters of the heart are rarely easy. Shall we sit?
Yeah.
We take our usual seats, the third one conspicuously empty. I take a big gulp of my hot chocolate while Juliet takes a small sip of tea. Wipe my mouth, the back of my hand, I lean back in my chair, take a deep breath, and nod.
I've decided.
I want to try things, but actually I don't. I've made mistakes before, doing both a quick save and a regular save, because I'm scared I'm going to do something to screw it up. There we go. I want to try things with Aspen.
I want to try things with Aspen. I know it'll be hard, but I want to try.
I feel more sure of the words as I say them. Something about this decision feels right. I do want to try. Like Aspen said yesterday, it's out there now and I can't take it back.
I know she's a human, and so someday it'll hurt. But I can't just always run away from things that are painful. Because if it hurts, that means it was important, doesn't it?
It certainly does. That's a wise way to think about it.
I know I don't know much about love, or how to be in love with someone. But I'm willing to learn, and try.
As I speak, I feel something stir in my heart. That feeling of excitement that pushed me forward so many times before, kept me motivated in my lifelong search. Is that the feeling that could grow? I've always struggled to put a name to it. Could it be?
Trying is all anyone could ask of you, Aspen or otherwise. All you have to do is be yourself. That's who Aspen fell in love with, after all. I can't tell you how happy I am for both of you.
As it, begin- as it begins to sink in, I feel a grin spreading across my face. Aspen is in love with me, and I think that maybe, just maybe, I could be in love with her too.
Thanks. I wish she was here, so I could tell her right now. Tomorrow seems so far away.
I'm certain she's thinking the same thing. Still, it is rather like her to say something so momentous and then disappear.
Yeah. Much like a writer, to want things to feel not cliffhangery, but as monumental as they would be in a book scene.
It took quite a while for her to work up the courage to tell you.
Ah. So she was obvious to people who know what it's like, I see. With a wink, Juliet lifts her teacup.
I wouldn't be surprised if she borrowed the idea from some book or another.
Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right. And wait. You knew she was gonna tell me?
Just picked it up.
Not exactly. I've known for a long time that she held feelings for you. She never told me outright, but Aspen isn't particularly subtle.
I never noticed. But I guess I don't know what I would have been looking for either.
All that's important is that she was able to tell you how she felt, and you were able to accept those feelings. Anything along the way was but a means to the same end.
Juliet's right. Not just about Aspen, but about my life in general. As she herself pointed out not that long ago, I thought it had all been for nothing. Pointless ever since Jungin died without my knowing it. As if I'd reached a dead end myself. But that was just the end of a chapter in my life, not the whole story, as Aspen would say. I had thought my life as I knew it was ending, and maybe that was true. On the other hand, I feel like a new life for myself is just beginning, one that isn't so solitary and lonesome. Nearly every day, I discover something new about myself. Things I used to think were impossible, at least for someone like me. Maybe I'm not so different after all. I found a new place to belong, and someone new to share my life with, as much of it as I can. Aspen, who's seen just as many different sides of me as I have of her, and who still chose to tell me she loved me, even though she'd never told anyone that before. I can't wait for her to get back, so we can find out what's next together. With nothing more to really say about it until Aspen returns, Juliet and I move on to talk about other things, like the library and recent events. I feel pleasantly warm, like I'm glowing, as we sit there and chat. That sensation carries me through the rest of the evening and all the way to bed, where I lie for hours. Usually I'm frustrated with the chaos of my own thoughts stops me from falling asleep. But for the first time ever, excitement, rather than fear, is what keeps me awake. Instead of just waiting for the days to end, I close my eyes, looking forward to the dawn of tomorrow. For once, my struggle to fall asleep worked out in my favor. I sleep until later than usual the next morning, meaning I don't have to wait as long for Aspen's bus to arrive. I've barely even woken up and I'm already thinking better. Looking up at the ceiling, I can't help but smile. I wonder if she's thinking about me too. I'm too full of nervous energy to stay in bed for too long, so I hop up and get ready in a hurry. In the kitchen, I figured Juliet must have already eaten, cleaned up, and gone to bed, because I don't see any dishes or leftover food. To my surprise, she comes downstairs just a minute after I do.
Good morning.
Hey! I didn't wake you up, did I?
No, not at all. Although I was upstairs, I thought I'd wait and have breakfast with you like usual.
Oh, thanks. Sorry for keeping you waiting. I kind of fell asleep late, so I slept in too.
Understandable. I'm sure you have lots on your mind.
You can say that again.
I take my seat at the table while Juliet pokes through the fridge.
Are you hungry for anything in particular?
Not really. Maybe something light? I don't think I can finish a big meal right now.
Chuckling, Juliet retrieves a couple pieces of fruit and some cheese.
Butterflies in your tummy?
Nah, I haven't eaten anything. I'm just nervous.
Oh, Miho and idioms are just fun moments.
I'm sure I would be too, in your position. Although, Aspen did the difficult task of taking the first step. You have the luxury of being the one to respond.
That's true.
Juliet sets a platter with a slice of apples and oranges, as well as a few blocks of cheese, on the table between us. I idly munch on some fruit.
Do you want to come wait at the station with me? I'm leaving after we're done eating.
I'll pass, but thank you. The two of you will have plenty to talk about on your own, I'm sure. But I imagine I'll see you both later tonight?
Definitely.
The minutes pass by agonizingly slowly, especially after Juliet goes to bed, but eventually it's late enough for me to leave. I burst up out of my seat, force myself not to walk too fast. As long as I'm walking, I'm doing something. If I get there too early, I have to wait, and I hate waiting. Humming to myself, I follow the same route Aspen and I took yesterday. If I wanted to, I probably could have found a faster way, or even a longer way to kill more time. It's not worth the risk of being lost, though. The closer I get to the station, the faster my heart races. The growing anticipation, a way I can't think about anything else. It reminds me of something. Something I haven't experienced in ages. It reminds me of days in the forest, towards the end of my time as a regular fox. The way I felt on the way to be the clearing every day, to see my person. Back then it was different, of course, more instinct, less thinking. But it still pushed me forward. That was love, wasn't it? In my own way, just like Juliet said. Usually, something like that would stop me in my tracks, but today it just makes me smile. My good mood carries me the rest of the way to the station. I pause at the intersection where we stood yesterday, when Aspen said everything. This spot will be special to me forever, I already know. I hurry across to the other side. There are a handful of other people waiting, standing or leaning against the fence. I sit down on one of the empty benches, practically buzzing with anticipation. I watch the clock as it continues to tick away, until finally the scheduled minute comes and there's no bus. I sigh, disappointed but not too surprised. When are buses ever exactly on time anyway? God, in a better world, they would not be known for being that far off schedule, at least. Soon the bus is a couple minutes late, and then 5 minutes. It gets harder and harder not to regame. Don't do this to me. Don't break my heart.
Good thing she left early.
I notice that I'm not alone. Some of the other people waiting are beginning to get agitated too. One person stands on the edge of the sidewalk, peering in either direction. A couple others who have been waiting in the boarding zone since I got here sit down on one of the benches near me and pull out their phones. One of them taps a few times, reads something, and then groans.
Told you. sit right here.
How badly? Sir, I know you're a stranger to me, but tell me.
Guess I owe you a tenner. It say how long?
Nope. Just says delayed due to vehicle issues.
Oh, we jinxed it. We talked about how we've been on plenty of buses, but only one broke. Of course a second one breaks now. Jinxed it. Dread seizes me. With a shaky hand, I tap one of the travelers on the shoulder.
Excuse me. Which bus is it that's delayed?
Ah, that be Route 4. You waiting for it too?
Is that the same voice actor as the fisherman? Kind of sounds like him.
My friend's on it. I don't know which, but she was supposed to be here 10 minutes ago.
Aye. Well, probably the same one then. Bad luck, but it does happen every now and then. I hope you weren't in a hurry.
Panic is setting in.
I was, actually. Do you know what they'll do? What'll happen to the people on the bus?
Well, I imagine the city will have to send someone out, figure out what's wrong, fix it, or send a replacement. I'm sure your friend will get here one way or another, but it could be hours.
Hours.
You might want to give them a call and find out where they are. Might be quicker for them to find their own ride home.
I vault off the bench before he's even finished speaking, dashing back the way I came.
Hey, good luck.
I barely hear him. If all the buses break down, all the days for it to happen. As I run, I can't help but think about how unfair it is. For anyone else in the world, a couple hour bus delay would be annoying, but that's it. But for me and Aspen, I don't even want to think about what it'd be like if she forgot me. After getting back to the library in record time, I practically crash through the doors as I head upstairs. The second day in a row, I knock on Juliet's bedroom door before having to bend over to catch my breath. It's been ages since I've run that long, and it shows. Juliet answers the door quickly.
Miho? What's wrong?
Aspen's bus still isn't here. Someone at the station said one of them broke down on the way. What if it was hers?
Wordlessly, Juliet hurries to retrieve her phone. It looks weirdly out of place in her hands as she navigates through several screens slower than Aspen would. Her face turns grim after only reading for a moment.
It seems you're right.
Confirmation just tightens the knot in my chest, and I just barely manage to croak out a question.
What do we do?
How long do you have left?
2 hours. A little less.
She shouldn't be too far away. I'll try calling her.
It doesn't even ring and instead goes straight to a voicemail. I look up at Juliet helplessly, trying to ignore the panic that'll overrun me if I let it.
She did say that she'd have poor reception en route. Here, Miho. Keep trying. I'll be back in a moment.
She hands me the phone and shows me how to use it before hurrying into her bedroom. I hit the button again, staring at the small contact photo of Aspen that Juliet has saved. It's a picture of Aspen at the breakfast table, smiling awkwardly. Her voicemail message starts again, so I cancel and try it again, and again, and again, but it's the same result every time. I end the call and start another one for what must be the 6th or 7th time.
Juliet, it's that.
My thumb is on the end button out of habit, and I barely manage to stop myself from pressing it.
Aspen!
There's a loud burst of static.
Oh, you.
That's a really good audio filter. It does really sound like a static phone call.
Aspen! It's me! Where are you?
Julie comes back out when she hears me waiting anxiously by my side. Aspen says something again, but it's garbled by the connection.
What? I can't hear you!
Fucking reception. Let me.
Everything goes quiet for a terrible moment. I'm afraid that the call has dropped.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Instead, I nearly drop the phone when her voice comes through again, much clearer this time.
Good. I can't move from this spot then. It's the only place I have service.
Where are you?
God, we're so close. I can literally see the city in the distance. Something's wrong with the bus. I don't know what. They said there's another one coming to pick us up, but I'm not sure when it's supposed to be here.
We only have 2 hours before.
I know. Trust me, I know. I was hoping the replacement would be here sooner, but that's not going to happen.
Aspen, you said you're close. Do you know where exactly?
I don't know, but there's just the one road into the city, and I can see it. That's what I'll do, actually. I'll start walking towards the city, and hopefully I'll see the other bus on the way.
Oh god, that's Hope the voice. Strained Hope.
Will that work?
I don't know. I'm going to do it anyway.
Juliet and I look at each other. I wonder if she has the same thought I do.
Okay. I'm coming too.
What? Coming where?
Wherever you are. You said it's just one road, right? I'll meet you on it.
You'll... Okay. I understand.
I'll be there on time. I promise.
On the other end of the line comes a very clear sound of Aspen sniffling.
Okay. I'll see you soon. As soon as I start walking, I'll probably lose reception again. I'll try to call you when I can.
Okay. Okay, I'm on my way.
Line clicks dead, and I try to hand Juliet her phone back, but she shakes her head.
Hold on to it. You can bring it back to me after you find her.
I nod. There's no time to talk about anything else.
How do I get there?
Juliet pulls up a map and shows me, pointing out where the library
I was
is.
going to try to find a taxi. Between traffic and everything else, I'm not sure it would be faster. It's so far away, though, Miho. Are you sure you'll be all right?
I will. I have to be.
I immediately make for the stairs, pausing for just a second.
Thanks.
Thank me later. Together.
I nod, and then I transform as I bolt out the front door. How is the phone gonna work while she's... You know what? We'll worry about it when it's time to worry about it. Foxes can't run as long as humans can, but they can run faster. As a Gumiho, maybe I can do both. Wind whips at my tails as I rush forward, channeling whatever willpower and determination I can into running. The map Juliet gave me showed which roads to take to get out of the city, but I don't need roads. I run straight for the edge of town, dodging traffic, pedestrians, and more. Dogs bark as I race through their yards, and shocked people gape as I dash past them without paying any attention. I don't even know how long I run for. I just know that I don't stop. Even my legs and chest start to ache, I keep going. A little pain now is nothing compared to what losing Aspen would be like. Buildings begin to thin out, even as traffic increases, and finally I find myself out of Wellington. Following the road, I race towards where Aspen must be. Cars and trees fly by, replacing the buildings and street signs. There are hills and forests that I'm sure are as beautiful as everything else I've seen, but I hardly notice them at all. The longer I run, the more it starts to take its toll on me. Against my will, I can feel my speed flagging, each step taking just a little more effort than the last. I've pushed this form to its absolute limit, and eventually it brings me to a halt. I change forms once again, gasping for air as I place my hands on my knees, trying to catch my breath. The run from the station back to the library winded me, and this is many times harder. But I can't stop moving. I have to keep going. I have to. Lungs on fire, with legs feeling like lead, I make myself take another step, and then another, mustering all my strength. I break into a jog, the fastest I can manage. Keep my gaze set on the horizon, hoping for a glimpse of her, anything to set my heart and mind at ease, anything. The sun begins to dip even lower, as if even the sky is reminding me that time is running out. My steps are leaden, and my mind abuzz with wordless fear and worry. At first, I don't believe my eyes when I finally spot someone walking in my direction, far off in the distance. Please let it be her. A steady trot is all I can do by now, and I let even that slow to a normal walking pace. The other figure and I walk toward each other, but the sun shines my face and obscures them from vision. Raising one hand to shield my eyes, I see a familiar hat. The glint of light on familiar glasses. I see Aspen running towards me. All I can do is stand there, overwhelmed with relief so intense that all I can do is shake. I made it. She's here.
Miho!
And as she approaches, she also slows and then comes to a stop.
Miho!
I don't even know what to say. How can I respond? How can I put all the excitement, the worry, the relief that she's made me feel in the past 24 hours into words? How do I say it? Silently, I close the distance between us. I can see her eyes searching mine, looking for an answer to the unspoken question. Overhead, the sun dips behind a cloud, done watching us for the day, throwing a handful of colors into the sky as it leaves. I've struggled to find words before, but this is different. Like Aspen said yesterday, not just any words will do. I stop, just an arm's length from Aspen, close enough to see the glint of tears hiding in her eyes.
I was so worried.
Her voice is barely a whisper, but I can't hear anything else. Looking up into her eyes, I'm surprised to find the answer to my own question. One that I didn't know I wanted to ask until just now. One that requires more than words, or maybe less. Yes! We got it! Take the last step that separates us and lean forward to kiss Aspen. The marks of human affection have always seemed so strange and foreign to me, and maybe even unappealing. As I kiss her, I think I understand. Without hesitation, Aspen's hand rises to touch my face, holding me in place, as if I'd want to leave. She moves like she was waiting for this. Maybe she was. It's unlike anything I've ever felt before. The closeness, the warmth. I place my own hand against her wrist. I think maybe I understand Aspen's fears better now, because I would also be content if this moment lasted forever. Even then we separate. Aspen's hands stay on my shoulder, keeping me close.
I see you thought about what I said.
And practically nothing else.
Pulling me into a hug, Aspen rests her face against mine.
So I wasn't the only one then.
And she sighs contentedly.
There's so much more I want to say, but this is hardly the place to say it now, is it?
I'd nearly forgotten where we were. Not far from the side of the road. Turning around, I look back at the city, which is starting to light up for the evening.
Oh, right. It's kind of a long way home, you know.
Aspen squeezes my hand.
I have all the time in the world.
I think that's a good moment. First off, now that we're safely past that, saves to replace, so we do not have to have all that again. But we are also going to take this opportunity to take a short break, because we're about 2 hours in. We still have 2 hours ahead. And, in case anyone needs a break for the restroom, or snacks, this would be the best time to do it. So let's stick to the BRB. Alright, we are back from break. Hope over everyone who needed to grab a snack or a drink. I got something to hold me over until into stream before I have proper dinner type meal. Because I got labor job early in the morning tomorrow, so we can beat the heat as much we can. But yeah, we finally gave the answer to the big question from Aspen. Finally we get to do some more outright date-like stuff. It was absolutely a hard choice between her and Juliet, though. Both absolutely the sort of first types I go after in a multiple option dating sim type story. What's this? Oh, okay, they're just starting their stream. Okay. Sorry, I suddenly saw myself being added on Discord. I'm like, oh no. Oh, no, no, no. No, 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 no. But yeah. Now we actually get to do stuff without the sudden, immediate, pressing worry resulting in us running down a long-ass road in wolf form. But are we gonna have to do the walk back? Or do we get a nice little time skip to where things are slightly better? Yay! Ooh, flashback. My paws carry me across wet leaves and mud. The fog has crept into the forest as stealthily as me. Glimpses of the sky are rare between the trees and the mist. The wild mountains and hills are hidden as well, out of sight but not mind. I run, filled by a sense of purpose. It lightens my steps and pulls me in the right direction. I'm going to see someone I care about very much, and who cares about me. Somehow, we found each other. My person. The path to follow is engraved in my body and mind, almost instinctual. A warm smile, a gentle touch, a kind word. These are the things that draw me forward. I slow down as I get closer to my destination. Excuse me. And to the silhouette waiting for me. It's impossibly bright as I approach. My heart pounding in anticipation, like the sun has descended to greet my person too. It matches the feeling in my chest, warming my soul and fur. So bright that when my person turns around, stooping low to greet me, light is all I can see. But I don't need to see, only hear. That voice that I could never forget.
Little fox.
Where is your home?
I had noticed the parallels there. I didn't know it'd be so blatant with the voice line part. I wake with a yawn, head on my pillow as the dream fades away. It's been a long time since I've dreamt about the forest. It used to happen a lot, especially when my travels first took me out of Korea, but over time they stopped. The dreams are always the same. I'm somewhere in the woods, running to the clearing where I'd meet Hyung-in. There, they greet me the same familiar way. Something was different about it this time, though. Of course, the first thing on my mind after my dream is Aspen. I have a feeling that's how most of my mornings are going to start from now on. My lips tingle as I recall our kiss yesterday. My first kiss ever. The first of many, I promised Aspen. Although the stressful part was over, the rest of the day was equally exhausting. By the time we got back to Aspen's bus to get her stuff, the replacement bus finally showed up and took us back to the city. From there, we dropped off Aspen's things at her apartment before going back to the library to give Juliet the good news. My legs felt like they were going to fall off, and both Aspen and I agreed to get some rest. Even the anticipation of seeing her today couldn't keep me up. I feel well rested and excited. But as I roll onto my back, I start to notice something weird. It's like an itch, but in my mind. Something irritating and out of reach and out of me. It takes me a moment, but I realize that it's my bead. I know it the same way that I knew how to run and hunt and dig. Tugging at the baubles around my neck, there's an obvious change. Of all the beads on my necklace, only one is special. Most are just pretty things I collected and stuck on there. Only one has been there with me from the moment I became a Gumiho. Became me. Since then, it stayed exactly the same. No matter how many times I throw, drop, or lose it, the necklace comes back to me with the bead unharmed, not a single scratch or chip or blemish. Until today. Instead of the normal pale white, it's started to shine. It's barely brighter than usual, but I notice in an instant. In fact, it's almost as if I hold on my necklace to be sure.
It's glowing.
It just barely, but it is glowing. I rub my thumb over the familiar surface, but it doesn't feel any different on the outside. I'm not sure what it means, but it has to be related to yesterday. There's no other way you could pick today of all days to change. Maybe Aspen was onto something when she said there's no such thing as coincidence. Either way, it's magic, and magic I can't control. My bead has always been a part of me, but it's something I can only partially understand, in that wordless animal way I described to Aspen. When the time comes, whatever it is that's coming, I just have to trust that I'll know what to do. Right now, it doesn't matter, because something much more important is going to happen, and sooner. Aspen will be here. She's probably here already, so I need to get ready. Going through my quick morning routine, I feel more energized than ever. For once, I'm not nervous, just excited. As soon as I open my bedroom door, I can hear the familiar murmur of conversation in the kitchen. Even the short walk downstairs is enough time to let my heart race. I assume Juliet's in the kitchen when I get there, but I only have eyes for Aspen. Hopefully we're not going to be those gross couples, always PDAing over each other, even amongst friends. Like, we get it, we're together, but everyone must know. She looks over from her seat at the table, and the instant she sees me, her face lights up. It nearly stops me in my tracks. I've seen Aspen smile 1,000 times by now, but never like this. Never for me, and me alone. I can't help but do the same.
Good morning, Miho.
Morning.
It's our usual greeting, but it feels brand new. I wonder if all the little things will.
Did you sleep well, Miho?
Like a rock.
I pull my chair closer to Aspen's than usual as I take my seat and fill my plate.
We were just talking about how tired you must be. I wouldn't have been surprised if you slept until the afternoon.
Oh, come on. The Super Fox?
No way. Then I wouldn't get to see you at breakfast.
Flustered, Aspen doesn't seem to know how to respond. Now that I know the feelings she was hiding, a lot of the other times where that's happened make way more sense. I giggle as she looks torn between being pleased and embarrassed.
That would be quite a shame. Yes. But understandable after you ran across half of Wellington yesterday.
Was it really? It didn't feel like it. But maybe that's why I'm so hungry.
Feel free to help yourself to what's left. Aspen and I have already eaten.
We wanted to wait, but
Time waits for no one.
It's fine. I don't mind.
Around now is usually when Aspen would start to leave for work, but it's Juliet who stands up first.
I must say, I'm rather sleepy myself. Would either of you mind if I retire a bit early today?
Nope. Aspen and I can clean up, right?
oh, yes, right. That I mean, not at all.
I'll wish you both good night then.
Good night.
Bye.
We both watch as Juliet departs before turning to face each other. As soon as our eyes meet, Aspen looks away again, blushing but laughing.
What is it? What's funny?
Nothing's funny. It's just, it's hard to believe.
It's like a more joyful version of, how could this happen to me?
I mean, us? You and me? You can't imagine how many times I've sat at this table wishing we were like this. Together.
Oh.
That warm, fuzzy feeling from before takes over my face. The one that goes with the realization of how special I am to her. How, out of everyone in the world, I'm the one she feels this way about.
And now...
Here we are.
Yes. Here we are.
Everything is the same, but everything is different now, too. It's just as confusing as it is exciting. Now that I'm here alone with her, I'm not sure how to act. Aspen fiddling with her ribbon seems like she's waiting for me to go first. Problem is, I'm not sure what to say. I'm not sure how I should talk to her differently now, or if I even should, or anything really. With just the two of us, I'm suddenly super aware of how out of my depth I am, but I can't let this silence stretch on too long. I have to say something.
So hey!
I think...
Both of us start and stop talking at the same time. I pause, waiting for her to keep going. She does the same for me. We both laugh together a moment later, and somehow that breaks the ice. Feels like a reassurance before I can even ask for one.
You go.
No, you first.
If that's what it takes.
I was going to say that, you know, I don't really know much about this whole dating thing. So if there's...
Aspen shakes her head and puts a finger to my lips to shush me.
That's exactly what I was going to say, Miho. It's all so new to me as well.
She moves her hand, looking at it as if she just now realized what she did. Not that I mind.
So, perhaps we can figure it out together.
Together.
I try out the word for myself. Aspen and me. Together.
Yeah, I like that. We can both just do what feels right.
I like the sound of that too.
Aspen's sleeve rustles as she takes my hand, her fingers gently intertwining with mine. It's cool to the touch.
That feels right.
Her soft actions make me feel braver.
So does this.
lean forward and kiss her for just a moment. Because a moment may as well be an hour. I'm not sure it'd ever be enough.
I'd say we're off to a good start.
Me too.
Just being near each other already feels more meaningful and exciting. Since this is just the beginning, I can't wait to see where things go from here. Of course, I'll have to wait a little bit longer. With her free hand, Aspen checks her phone and I see her frown in response.
Time to go?
Unfortunately.
She stands up and I stand with her, still linked by our hands. It feels almost unfair that daily life, with all its obligations, still matters right now. Aspen hasn't even left yet, but I'm already waiting for her to come back.
I wish I could stay here with you longer, though.
Me too. Maybe I'll just come buy a bunch of drinks at the Bell House, so I can talk to you at the counter.
Perfect. I can tell my boss I was just engaging with the customers, like she wants us to.
Engage with the customer, you say? Wow, that's a lot of steps forward. Both of us laugh again, and Aspen steps forward to lay her head on my shoulder. I lean my head against hers, surprised by how soft her hair is against my cheek.
I really will be thinking of you all day, counting down the hours.
Same. I couldn't think about anything else, even if I wanted to.
Normally, I think twice about saying something so embarrassing, but it actually feels pretty good. We walk together to the front door, taking as long as possible.
See you soon.
Not soon enough.
I stand in the doorway as Aspen slowly walks backwards, holding onto my hand until the very end. She looks into my eyes.
I love you, Miho.
The tips of her fingers linger against mine, and where they touch it feels electric. I think of the sproutling that Juliet used to describe love, and the way it grows. Maybe that word means different things to Aspen and me right now, but I know without a doubt I want to learn all of them. I want to take a chance with her. I want to try.
I love you too.
And I mean it. We stay like that for just a little longer, not needing to say anything else. Then, finally, Aspen turns around and begins to walk down the hill, taking my heart with her. Just like Aspen, I end up counting down the hours until her shift will be over. Too impatient to make it to the end, I leave early and reach the Bell House around the time that they'll be closing for the night. Excuse me. It's not dark out yet, but even from a distance, the inside of the Bell House looks warm and inviting. As I pass by the front window on my way to the door, I spot Aspen, who doesn't notice me. She's helping one of her co-workers stack the chairs up on the tables, and when they finish with that, she goes to organize the sweetener section. While she's doing that, a different co-worker comes over and shows her 2 different loaves of bread, and she thinks for a moment before pointing at one. The time it takes the other staff to complete a task, Aspen finishes 3, even with people coming up to ask her questions too. Of course, I have no idea what they're talking about, but even from here, on the outside of the store, I can see why they want her to run the new Bell House. Leaning against the wall of the cafe, I wait. Most of Aspen's co-workers leave before she does, and it's several minutes before she finally walks off the door at a brisk pace, going right past me.
Aspen!
Spinning around, she quickly goes from surprised to smiling.
Miho! was just thinking about you. Although that's been true all day.
I got tired of waiting for you at the library, so I decided to come down here so I could see you even sooner.
That earns me a hug and a kiss on the cheek.
I love you. Have I mentioned that?
Once or twice, but I don't think I'll get tired of hearing it.
Good, because I don't get tired of saying it.
Aspen links her arm with mine, snuggling against my shoulder. Normally, when someone gets so close to me or touches me, my first instinct is to jump away. But not with Aspen. It's only the first day, but I've surprised myself with just how much I'm enjoying being Aspen's girlfriend. If she hadn't told me her feelings, I probably never would have realized my own. But once I opened myself up to the idea, I realized that almost all my favorite memories are with Aspen. When I'm with her, I just have fun. Being around her cheers me up, even if I was in a good mood to begin with. I wonder if it's the same for her. I hope so, since just being myself has always seemed to make her laugh and smile. I never would have imagined that I'd be able to do that to someone. They could feel that way about me, or that I could feel it too. I've never been so glad to be wrong.
So, what do you want to do now?
Well, I need to go home to change and take care of the cats. Would you like to come over? I can make us dinner later too, if you haven't eaten yet.
Sure! Even if I had, I'd make room for that.
It's settled then, shall we?
Arm in arm, Aspen proudly leads the way to her apartment. The moment she starts to unlock the door, the sounds of meowing and scratching claws from the other side start up.
They're excited to see you too, huh?
Excited to be fed, more like. Scooch, boys.
The cats run around underfoot as Aspen steps inside, with me following behind. As soon as they notice me, the meowing stops and they both scurry away.
Aw, how rude.
You'd better get used to me, Ho, you two. You're going to be seeing her around a lot more.
Aspen puts her hands on her hips and talks sternly to the sulking cats. They both meow in frustrated response until Aspen sighs.
Yes, yes, now let's get you fed.
She grabs a jug of cat food from on top of the fridge, the rattling sound, making the cats brave enough to run past me and go harass Aspen some more.
Go ahead and make yourself at home, Miho. I'm going to take care of them and then freshen up, so I'll be a minute.
Okay, take your time.
So I sit down on the edge of Aspen's bed, doing my best to not disrupt the neatly made sheets. Aspen sets the bowls of cat food on the floor near the door, and cats position themselves so they can watch me while they eat. Rolling her eyes, Aspen steps over them towards the restroom.
So dramatic. I wonder who they get that from. Anyway, be right back.
It isn't long before... Oh, excuse me. That came out of nowhere. It isn't long before the sound of the running shower starts. I look around the apartment, paying closer attention than the last time I was here. Because it's so small, it feels like there's something of Aspen's personality in every corner. From the glittering lights strung across the ceiling to the stuffed animals on the bed behind me. I recognize some of the books on the shelves and desk from the library. I'm sure there's a story behind each and every decoration. I'll probably hear more than a few of them eventually. After the cats finish eating, they skulk into the room and sit down across me, glaring. So rude, body. I wonder if something about my ears and tail makes them mad.
Guess what?
Transform into a fox right in front of them, spreading my tails out like a fan. I don't growl or anything, but I lock eyes with each cat in turn. Immediately, they both yowl and run for the bed, tripping over each other as they rush to hide, fur puffing out like clouds. I cackle to myself as I change back and sit down again. Cats are always fun to tease, so some opportunities are just too good to pass up. Before long, Aspen comes out looking refreshed. She surveys the room just like I did.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I guess there's not a whole lot to do here, is there?
It's fine. It wasn't that long. I was just being nosy and admiring all your stuff.
Be as nosy as you'd like. I'm going to start on dinner.
Okay. Let me know if you need any help.
Thanks, but just the company is enough. It won't be anything very fancy. I'm much better at making drinks than food.
Don't you make food at the Bell House too?
Not really. We have bakers who come in earlier than I do to prepare most of it. I just have to heat things up and serve them. Unlike our beverages, which I make from scratch. Speaking of which, would you like some coffee or hot cocoa? I'll be making some for myself.
Sure. I'll have whatever you have.
That's easy enough. Now let's see.
Aspen moves around the tiny cooking area. Calling it a kitchen would be a stretch. With the same kind of graceful confidence that I've seen her use when working at the Bell House. I guess some of the tasks are the same. She starts to fill a pitcher with coffee from the sink while scooping coffee grounds into the machine at the same time. When the pitcher's ready, she swaps out with another pot, this one for cooking. That fills up while she finishes getting the coffee set up and brewing. Then she starts pulling ingredients out from the few cabinets that line the cooking area.
What are you gonna make?
I'm not really sure what it's called. It's a dish Mum used to make. It was one of the first things I learned how to cook, because it's always reminded me of home. And it's easy to make. Is there anything like that for you? A meal that tastes like home?
Nah, not really. Julie asked me that before too. I don't know if I ever had a full meal while I was in Korea, since I just stole what I needed to survive.
Oh, right. I should have remembered that you...
Aspen bites her lip, looking unsure of how to phrase whatever she was going to say.
Live like that? It's fine. I don't mind talking about it. Especially not with you.
If you're sure, I don't want to bring up anything that's difficult for you to talk about.
What, like words with 5 syllables, or...?
Don't worry. You won't. There's nothing like that, honestly.
I didn't mean that as a dig at Miho, but just that because she's not an avid reader, she probably doesn't know many words that have that many syllables, just because, like, how would you learn them? Usually they're kind of, like, academic or very specific use.
Most of it just blurred together over time, so be as nosy as you want.
I'll be sure to keep that in mind.
The pile of ingredients Aspen stacks up has pasta, a few different kinds of vegetables, and a few different cans.
Would you mind giving me a hand, actually? Do you think you could chop up these vegetables for me?
Sure! Just show me how.
Aspen demonstrates how to hold the knife, and then, covering my hands with hers, guides me through the motion to cut the veggies.
Don't worry too much about making them all the same size. Close enough is fine.
Close enough is good enough. It's all food.
That's good. Because I think same size might be impossible.
In the time it takes me to chop up a couple zucchini and onions, Aspen takes care of everything else.
Are these ready?
As they'll ever be.
I passed the cutting board to Aspen, being careful not to spill. In the end, most of the chunks didn't even turn out the same shape, much less size. But Aspen tosses them into a hot pan anyway, and before long, a delicious aroma fills the room.
That smells amazing.
Hopefully it'll taste good too.
God, body failing me at the worst moments. But voice acting. I don't have any doubts myself, but I don't think Aspen will be satisfied until the dish is done. Since she seems focused on watching the sauteing veggies and boiling pasta, I don't talk so I don't distract her. A few minutes later, Aspen combines everything into one pan, mixing it all together with a wooden spoon. She dishes out a couple spoonfuls onto a pair of plastic plates and hands me one, along with a fork.
Well, bon appetit. I wish there was a table we could sit at. I usually just eat at my desk. You can have that spot, and I'll take the bed.
That's fine. I can sit on the floor.
The floor?
Yeah, it's where I watch TV in my room too.
In her defense, it's pointed from like the end of her bed, so it's like not the headboard, the baseboard. I think it'd be a little awkward trying to sit on the bed from there.
I'll join you then.
We both settle down on the ground, setting our plates in our laps. Noticing something, Aspen leans to the side.
Percy, Byron, what are you two doing back there?
I lean over to peek under the bed too, for angry green eyes stare at me from the furthest, darkest corner. Feigning innocence, I sit back up.
Huh. I wonder what their problem is.
I guess they're just not used to having company. It's been a long time since they've met anyone aside from you and Juliet.
In their defense, neighborhood cats that go missing in many portions of the U.S. typically disappear from foxes or coyotes. Them being like the largest carnivores a lot of neighborhoods allow to exist because, oh, don't they look just so cute, or at least are not noticeable enough for the average person. Keep your cats inside, folks, for their sake and also the environment's sake.
That must be it.
This voice actress for Miho had either some incredible direction from the team or great skill, because that was some just spot on, not quite sarcasm, but like she fully does not mean it, but is trying not to be obvious about it. I don't mention that I might have something to do with it too, but hey, the cat started it. Grabbing my fork, I turn my attention back to dinner. I try to make sure to get a little bit of everything in my first bite. It's still hot off the stove, so I have to blow on it to cool it off. Aspen watches anxiously while I chew, waiting to start eating her own meal.
Well, how is it?
Wow. This?
No, I need to find a better way to describe it than usual.
It's delicious.
Really? Oh, I'm glad you think so.
Really, really.
The food itself is good, but tastes even better knowing that Aspen made it. I scarf down my whole plate, then get up for seconds. After cleaning my plate the second time, I finally set it aside along with my fork.
Did you have enough? There's still more if you want.
I'm good. Thanks, though. That was seriously great. Thanks for making it.
I'm just happy to hear you enjoyed it. It's been ages since I've cooked for anyone other than myself.
It's one of the best meals I've ever had.
That just means you need to have more good meals. There are lots of restaurants here in Welly that I've wanted to try, but didn't want to go alone.
That is fair. It's nicer with people to talk to.
Maybe we can visit some of those together.
Also, I suddenly have an urge for a burger.
Sure. Not sure if I'd like any of them as much as this, though.
Laughing, Aspen puts her plate aside and scoots closer to me, laying her head on my shoulder again. Her hands find mine on the floor, and she loosely wraps her fingers around mine.
I keep thinking I'm getting used to you flattering me, but I still love it every time.
It's true. I'm just saying what I think.
I know. That's one of the things I love about you. One of many, many things. I've never felt anything but ordinary, as much as I'd like to, and as much as I'd like to pretend I wasn't. But you really do make me feel otherwise. I'm so happy I met you, Miho. I hope you don't get tired of hearing that.
Maybe eventually.
Never.
Even though things have changed so much, the morning routine is more or less the same. The three of us chit-chat about our lives and mundane things until we finish eating. After pushing her empty plate away, Aspen leans in.
So, Miho, there's something I've been thinking about.
Oh?
And I understand if this is something you wouldn't even want to consider. But have you ever thought about finding a way to stop your magic?
That's a question for sure. Juliet also turns to look at me, putting me on the spot.
Not that I can remember. That's like asking if you thought about finding a way to stop your nose from working.
Oh, that's easy. Just breathe in a bunch of fucking allergens.
I see. I thought that might be the case.
I'm not sure if I've ever heard of such a thing either. But that doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
I was just thinking about the other day and about how dreadful it all was to go through. Of course, I don't want to speak for Miho. I know it's much more complicated than just that. But I thought I might bring up the idea, at least.
You've got a point. Not having to worry about people forgetting me would be a huge relief.
Right. I thought you might agree.
I look at Juliet expecting her to give an opinion, but she doesn't offer one. It's true that life would be a lot easier without my magic. Well, half true. This life would be easier. The life I used to lead, I couldn't have survived without it.
Well, it's purely hypothetical right now anyway. For all we know, it might be impossible. So no need to think about it too much.
It's worth thinking about, though.
The only two people who actually remember me are in this room right now. All the other people I've met here in Welly, I couldn't really call them my friends, as much as I've liked spending time with them. Every time we see each other is the first time as far as they're concerned. Maybe that wasn't so bad when I was still on the fence about whether I'd even stay in town or not. But now that I've been here a while, long enough to build something worth missing... Sorry, I wish I could make those connections into something more secure. Even if there's nothing I can do about my magic, I can at least try to figure out a way to maintain friendship with others too, not just Aspen and Juliet.
It couldn't hurt to find out, right? It's not like I have to go through with it or anything if I don't want to.
Exactly. Simply being informed is never a bad idea.
So, does that mean you have an idea?
Well, not quite. but I'd be happy to start doing some research on the topic. If we're going to find anything, it's likely to be in a book. And if there's one thing I'm good at, it's reading.
Good luck with that. Let me know what I can do to help.
I'd be glad to lend a hand as well. Perhaps I could find someone who'd be knowledgeable about Gumiho. Myth and folklore are often at odds with reality, so it can be difficult to discern what's true and what isn't.
Someone who'd know about Gumiho, huh?
Oh yeah, the jerk who told us that we're a trained pet for living in the city. One person comes to mind. I'm not sure how willing she'd be to help. I still haven't mentioned the other Gumiho I met at Aspen and Juliet. In my head, I've started calling her Silver. It just feels wrong somehow. If someone had told other people when I was around, I would have been furious with them. It would have made hiding and stealing a whole lot harder, too. So, as a fellow Gumiho, I've kept Silver's existence a secret from everyone else so far. For all I know, there could be more than just Silver. There could be a whole community of Gumiho here in Wellington. I'd have no idea. I don't think that's the case, though. Besides, Silver seems unhappy enough with one intruder on her territory as it is. Maybe that's something else I can ask her. I don't know when or where, but somehow I know I haven't seen the last of her. For now, I just sit back and listen as Aspen and Juliet discuss various books and theories to start with. I feel like I should be more involved. It's my magic after all. But this is one area where I can't really contribute. I can't stay out of it forever and let them take care of me again, though. I have to try something on my own, too. I can't just refuse to participate in my own future, which is a healthy attitude to have. As it gets closer to time for Aspen to leave, Juliet checks the clock and then stands up.
Off to bed?
Not yet, actually. Would you mind staying just a moment longer, Aspen? I have something I'd like to give Miho.
Oh? Is she gonna do the parental thing and tell us how to be safe or something?
It's somewhat related to what we were just talking about.
Okay.
Oh, no, I don't mind.
For me? What is it?
You'll see. I'll be right back.
Mysterious. Disappearing upstairs, I hear Juliet enter her study for a moment, before returning with a small, nicely wrapped box.
There's no particular occasion, but still, I felt like wrapping it.
Juliet hands me the package, which I take carefully. It's not heavy, but it's not light either. I turn it over and over, examining. I've never had a gift before. Clearing her throat, Aspen seems a bit impatient.
Don't just keep us in suspense.
Okay.
I tear off the paper that Juliet so beautifully wrapped the package with, revealing...
Oh. Wow.
It's a phone. One that I recognize.
It's the same as Aspen.
What a coincidence, right?
I consulted Aspen to make sure I got the same one. I thought it would be best if she can help show you how to use it. I'm a little behind the times on things like devices.
As gently as I can, I open the box and take out the phone itself. It's sleek and shiny, and cold to the touch. Held in both hands to make sure that I don't drop it.
Thank you. Really. This is the nicest thing I've ever owned.
Think nothing of it. As you have more loved ones and responsibilities, it's important that you be able to stay in touch. In fact, that was what gave me the idea in the first place. Like Aspen, I'd also been thinking about your magic and the ways that it might work. So I wonder,
Like, if contact through voice is enough.
would seeing someone in a video call
Oh, or
serve
video
to
call.
refresh someone's memory of you? Or is it necessary to see each other in person?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Ooh, and how do you test that? Because it's not like I'd video call with just anyone I met on the street earlier that day. And there is a time limit before they forget.
I can't believe I never thought to ask that before.
I mean, you were busy writing a book. You're good.
Neither Aspen nor I would want to gamble our memories of Miho, in case it turns out not to work. So we need to find someone else to participate in our little experiment.
Lena, are we finally gonna hear about more between her and the Dryad boy? Last we heard, they are aware of each other, but both cautious enough that they won't take the first step.
With that in mind, I'm not sure who to ask. It's a harmless trial, but still a bit much to ask of a total stranger.
Someone willing to try something weird without hesitation. I'll text Lena.
While Aspen does that, I stare at the device in my hands. Did something so small really solve so many of my problems? It would be a perfect solution, but it would be a lot better than nothing if this works. Even if not, I won't let that change my earlier decision to find some way to be remembered by the people I've met. Just like researching my magic, I can't leave everything to someone else or hope for an easy way out.
Alright, Lena says she's willing to give it a go. I told her I'd explain more when I saw her. Usually you'd think those would happen in the other order, but this is Lena we're talking about.
She does like starting new stuff for reasons known better to her than us.
Miho, would you like to come down to the Bell House to see her with me now?
Sure. As long as Juliet doesn't mind me leaving the library.
By all means, I'm eager to see if this works as well.
So it's settled then. Shall we be off, Miho?
Lena's waiting for us outside the Bell House when we arrive.
Morning, boss.
Hey, Lena.
So, you're the person with the weird memory thing, right?
I mean, curse. Weird memory thing makes it sound like I have bad memory myself.
Yep, that's me.
I've already introduced myself to Lena more times than I can count. Still, what's one more? This will be a great start to my new goal, of making sure the other people I've forgotten to know don't keep forgetting me. Oh, sorry, that I have gotten to know. Don't know why I misread that.
I'm Miho. We've met before, actually. At tennis and at the Bell House and a few other times, too. Okay. Makes sense to me. So how do we do this?
Really? That's it?
What you mean?
I would have thought you'd take more convincing than that.
Wait, she's gonna go, please? I haven't touched tennis in like months, and this would be a long, long con for nothing.
I guess I'm not surprised, but
Nah, it lines up. I remember doing all those things that Miho mentioned, but I couldn't think of who I was with.
She listed two things, and one of them was your job. Right? And a few other times too. Yeah, tennis and Bell House are only two specified events. And again, one of them is her job. Like, it works for us, but it is funny.
Now I can stop trying to remember that and devote that brain power to something else.
No comment?
yes, well, I'm sure you'll need it.
Okay,
So,
no comment.
let's see.
It's like devoting that brain power to, talking to the boy you clearly are into, that also has some opinions. He certainly doesn't hate her. Can't tell if he likes her back.
I just need to get Miho's number, right? And then video call her tonight?
Right. Any time should be fine as long as it's before this time tomorrow. Miho can come with me again in the morning, and we'll see if you know who she is.
You got it! I'll try extra hard to remember her.
I'm not sure it works like that, unfortunately. I wish it were that simple.
Ooh, if she also has a smartphone, set an alarm.
Maybe it is, and you just didn't try hard enough.
Placing a finger on either temple, Lena closes her eyes and hums deeply.
Does that help? Shh, don't interrupt!
Lena hums for a little longer, then opens her eyes with a wink and a thumbs up.
Okay, got it!
Sorry, I've recently been reading a completed Kingdom Hearts fanfic. Just like a what if this other character was there during the events. It's folks KH2, but I was thinking about like fucking Axel's line. It's like, that's right, my name's Axel. Got it memorized, just tapping his head with one finger. Just like, man, he must have something in common with Miho.
Of course it helps. It's my secret technique.
A secret technique that has never been tested this thoroughly before. We shall see the results.
Whoa! If it works, then maybe you could teach Aspen too.
Aspen just like whispering to her girlfriend, it's like, don't encourage her.
I think I'm all right, actually.
But what if it's really useful?
That's a very big if.
Whatever. You'll see tomorrow when I remember all of this. Anyway, Miho, what's your number? It's,
I pull out the phone Juliet gave me, inspecting it closely.
I'm not sure where it is.
Shouldn't it be written somewhere? I look around the edges trying to find anything that seems fitting.
Let's do this instead. Miho, may I see your phone?
I hand the device to Aspen, who swipes one finger up and begins to quickly tap through the screens.
Whoa, you're a pro at this. Juliet's a lot slower whenever she uses hers.
I'm not sure that Juliet's the right standard. She still prefers a landline when she can.
Mood, but sadly, the times we live in.
Okay, here. I saved Lena's number for you, Miho. Now you can call her so she can save your number.
Right. Okay, let's see.
Like she just like pushes up a little closer. Take my phone back. I try to remember how to do that. Lena comes and watches from behind Aspen.
New phone?
Moving away, Aspen brushes imaginary dirt off her shoulder.
You're in my bubble.
That's the same kind Aspen has, right?
Yup. This is the first phone I've owned.
Wow, really? So then how do you check Triller or Space Face?
Okay, Facebook. This can't be Reddit. And the only things that are coming up that have like the double L, because I assume that's it, aren't really the sites I would assume Lena would be familiar with.
What are those?
Stumbling backwards, Lena seems like she's at a loss for words, which might be a first for her. I guess she does have something in common with Aspen.
Wow, you really do have a lot of catching up to do. I'll help you get set up when I call you. It's like, you can't not have a Triller, even though it's terrible, I hate it, but you have to have it. Space Phase, I don't know about. Everyone
Maybe TikTok? Because a trill is a way to describe a sound?
Okay, I think that's enough, Lena.
Oh, you never let me finish talking!
You never would finish talking if I didn't stop you.
That's not true!
I mean, actually, Elena's correct. That isn't true. If you really want to get her to stop talking, you should get a particular dryad boy in her area. That'll make her clam up occasionally. For a second, Lena seems pretty serious. Then she thinks about it a second.
Well, maybe a little. But just a little. Anyway, it's fine. I'll tell Miho when I talk to her tonight. See you guys later.
I'm going to be in there with you in like 2 minutes.
Yes, and 2 minutes is later.
That's later, isn't it?
Lena flaps her wings proudly as she walks into the bell house.
You let her win, huh?
Aspen sighs.
Sometimes it's better to just let her go. But I'm glad she said she'd help out. She's a mess, but she sticks to her word at least.
You two seem pretty close.
Do we? We started working here at the same time, so we've spent a lot of time together.
That's fair.
You've spent more time with her outside the Bell House than I have, though. She can be a lot, but she comes through when it matters. Like with this. I knew before messaging her that she'd be willing to help out. It's just how she is.
There is kindness in her. There's just also a bunch of easily distracted bits.
Don't you dare tell her I said that, though.
Don't worry, she overhears. We'll jingle some keys. Stepping forward towards the bell house door, Aspen turns to say goodbye to me.
Well, it's my least favorite time of the day. Time to say goodbye.
It's not too late to ditch work and hang out with me instead.
Believe me, it sounds more and more tempting each day.
That just means I have to keep trying. I should probably get back to the library too, though.
Yes, don't let me keep you. As much as I'd like to.
We come together for a quick kiss. I like this new routine of doing that every time we say goodbye.
I'll see you tomorrow then.
Of course. You know where to find me.
Good. I hope you have a wonderful day, Miho. I love you.
I love you too. Have a good day at work.
I'll do my best.
Aspen walks inside. The bells over the door chime like they're happy to see her. I wait until the door fully closes behind her and she disappears from sight before I head out on my way. Then we get to choose activity? No, okay. It's almost bedtime when my phone finally buzzes, startling me and almost making me drop my phone on my face. Lena's name pops up and I tap what I hope is the right button.
Hello? Miho?
Oh, hey.
Can you hear me? It's Lena.
That's a cute top. Though from here I can't tell if it's a zipper and a top that isn't completely closed or they just forgot to put a zipper on this side too. Her face fills the screen, making it pretty easy to see who it is. I wiggle the phone around, trying to make it point at my face. Problem is, it's reversed, so I keep confusing myself. How does Aspen use this thing so much?
Hi! I see you. Can you see me? Yep. Hi!
She waves at the camera with her free hand. I have to sit up to do the same thing.
Thanks for calling. This is gonna be a big help.
Yes, a FaceTime call for science.
No, yeah, no problem. Sorry I've forgotten you so many times. I know I'd be totally upset if people couldn't remember who I was. It's like, hello? How can you forget me?
Never change, Lena.
It's alright. I'm pretty used to it by now. Yeah, but still, it's gotta suck. I've got an idea, though. I'll just call you like this every night, and that way I won't forget you, right?
We'll see.
If this works out, I mean. Yeah. If it works. I really, really hope it does. Still, every night...
even if the phone makes it a lot easier, that's a lot of phone calls to make. Forever. Funny how that word keeps getting in my way.
Yeah, it's no big deal though. I mean, I'm always on my phone before I go to bed anyway, so I can just make calling you part of my routine, like brushing my teeth and stretching. Ever since I quit ballet, I have more free time, so I can fit it in. That way I won't forget to do it. That would be kind of funny if I did, though. Not like funny, but funny like ironic. I think that's how you use that word. Aspen always tells me I'm wrong, though. Actually, speaking of Aspen...
Are we going to learn about Triller? Lana goes on to tell me a story about work today, which turns into a story from work the day before. She goes on like that for a while. I try to smile and laugh when it seems appropriate, but my arm is starting to get sore from holding out my phone like this. Finally, she runs out of steam and yawns, switching into sleepy mode in seconds.
Anyway, I just thought that was funny. I'm gonna go to bed now. I'm super tired. You're coming to the Bell House in the morning, right?
Yup. I'll be there with Aspen.
Okay, see you soon then. I hope. Well, I'll see you either way, but I hope I remember you. Sorry if I don't.
That's fine. Thanks for trying. Good night.
I try to figure out how to hang up, my finger hovering over the screen like I'm about to squish a bug. Fortunately, Lana does it first. That ends the call for both of us. I lie back down in bed with my phone in my hand. It isn't heavy, but it's definitely a big deal. If this works out with Lana tomorrow, it could change everything for me. Again. I'm not sure if Lana really thought about what she was getting into when she said she'd call me every day. Same goes for Aspen and Juliet, of course, but I'm sure all of them mean it when they promise. But those are really hard promises to keep, no matter who's making them. Even though they're all willing to go through so much trouble for me. Odds are, at some point, at least one of them will eventually miss a day, and that'll be that. No second chances. Even if we started over, it would never be exactly the same. With my other hand, the one that isn't holding the phone, I reach up and grab my necklace, feeling the warmth of my bead. It's been a big pain lately, but for such a long time, my magic was my most useful tool, my secret weapon. As much hiding and scavenging as I did before, it would have been 10 times worse if any of my crimes had followed me. Are those days really past me now? Permanently? Aspen's idea about stopping my magic is interesting, and I can't get it out of my head. Being able to be remembered by everyone I care about is the number one thing I could ask for right now. But will it always be that way? Say there was a way that I could change things to make it so people didn't forget me. What if it wasn't possible for me to change my mind later? Sure, it sounds nice at the moment, but forever is a long time. I keep being reminded of that. Hey, welcome, Teddy Ursa. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for trusting me with your viewers. Those of you who don't know me, I am Lucy, the fairest of the Morningstar archives. I mostly play visual novels or games with very nice stories, and occasionally some roguelikes like Magic Craft or Balatro. Owl Cup Raid indeed. What were you guys, what were you up to? Because I tried to do a shout out and spell your name correctly. Let's leave. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done the command. Ursa? Looks right. Yes, I remembered how I have it set up here. So you're playing Upwards Rain, Post Office of Farewells. That certainly sounds like a... Ooh, is that another Studio Alon game, or is it just another visual novel? Because that definitely sounds like a more story-based game. Also, wish I could see the emotes. Unless they just didn't pop up for... Yeah, no, it looks like they just didn't pop up on my OBS for Aurelia Mari there, but welcome. Same team who made two wonderful games made. I will go ahead and mark those down. One sec. Got a pen right here, so I can at least look into them. Let's see. Twofold. Yeah, enjoy the throwable commands. I am not partner. The level before that, I'm not the point where I have ads, let alone like points and emotes and what have you. Because this is just for fun for me. Let's see. Upwards Rain. But yeah, it's just a nice little hobby and giving some schedule to my whole lot of nothing right now. I believe the person who worked on the chapter arts also worked on Upwards Rain. Ooh, that's fun. But yeah, I'm assuming Wannabe Weeb helped direct y'all to me. I very much appreciate it, because it means that y'all were enjoying me. What route am I on? I'm going Aspen route. Like, I am very fond of both character archetypes. Whenever I have any, like, multiple option type story games. But it's just like, the princely library owner, I was like, seems nice. But I'm going to have so much more fun with the active writer. It's very soft, it's very fluffy, and she just got the phone and is testing the FaceTime feature. Also, apologies for the roommate's dog. They are a recent move-in of about 2 weeks at this point, so they're still getting used to the area and the sound of the dryer shutting off. Did he fall in love with Juliet the moment he saw her? Aspen also, yeah. No, it's like, I do love Juliet, but it's like, between the two, it's like, man, I'm going through some struggles with writing a fic, and then most of the struggle is just, I suck at dialogue. It takes so much editing to get dialogue that feels good. So I connected with her, and I really wanted to follow this route in case, similar moments that I too am suffering in get to pop up. We actually just, I'm sure Wannabe Weeb might have told you, I just gotten through the actual, the bus event with Aspen, and I was so scared. I was prepared for my heart to be broken. Drama-wise, it would have been such an interesting character moment if she had forgotten, but I'm so glad she didn't. It would have hurt me. But yeah, feel free to lurk, to enjoy a few more of the other throwables, because I don't think we're going to have a voice-acted section for a little bit, and now's the best time to not interrupt any of the lovely voice work these people have done. Yeah, grab a snack, grab a drink, pop out for a meal, whatever you need to do. I'm going about another 40 minutes or so. Depends on where a good natural stopping point comes up. Alright, let me continue. I tug my necklace up so that I can see the bead. It still has a soft white glow to it. I wish I knew what it meant. I wish I knew what any of it meant, or how it worked. I wish I didn't have to deal with these questions and problems. Of all the forms for my magic to take, it had to be this confusing one. Gripping my bead in my fist, I yank my necklace off of my neck and hurl it away from me. It clatters and rattles as it hits the wall and then the floor, lying like a snake in the darkness. Closing my eyes, I silently count in my head. 1, 2. There's no flicker, pop as my necklace reappears around my throat, as if it had never left. My bead hasn't changed at all. Not that I expected to. Sighing, I roll over onto my side, not tired enough to sleep, but not feeling like doing much else either. This necklace has felt like a lot of things before. A comfort, a memento, a guide. It's been my one constant since the beginning. Right now, heavy against my pillow, it feels like an anchor. Like always, the next morning, I'm cheered up by seeing my friends. After a quick breakfast, Aspen spreads out some sheets of paper on the table. Juliet and I both crowd in to see.
So I started doing some research on Gumiho. I found plenty of information that I thought was interesting, but I'm not sure how much of it will be useful.
Alright, swapping seats.
Hey, that does sound just like me.
Don't say that.
I'm just kidding.
Good. As I was saying, it's hard to figure out what's accurate and what isn't. A lot of the specific details would have had to come from the Gumiho themselves, and as far as I can tell, none of them are talking. I couldn't find anything about memory or forgetting. Maybe it's self-explanatory, why not? Beyond that, most of what seemed accurate were things that we already knew, like being able to change into a fox. Have you had any luck, Juliet?
I'm afraid not. I checked what books I could think of, and none of them yielded any more than you said. I'm not aware of anyone else around who might be helpful either, unfortunately. Of course, it's only been a couple of days so far. I'll keep looking. We're bound to learn something eventually.
I'll keep looking too. There was one other thing that came up I thought might be worth mentioning.
Oh?
I read a lot about Gumiho carrying a special bead that has something to do with their magic. You have one of those yourself, right?
Mm-hmm. I remove my necklace, more gently than last night, and hold it out for them to see.
Yeah. I've had it my whole life.
May I see it?
You can try.
I pass it to her, and Aspen handles it delicately.
Pardon? What do you mean?
Poofs out of her hand and back around my neck. Yep.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I couldn't get rid of it, even if I wanted to.
Am I wrong? Or is it glowing?
Just a little bit of radiating light. Probably not radiation. Let's not worry about it.
Yeah, that part's new. I was in bed when I noticed it a couple days ago. I know it's important, but not how or why.
Your wild instincts inform you.
Juliet says it so matter-of-factly. Not like there's something bad or that I should have gotten rid of. They're still a part of me. My other self? No, the other part of me hasn't gone away, even as I've spent more time away from it. When I first came to Wellington, I still thought of myself as a fox. Now, I'm not sure how I see myself. But my bead and its mysteries are a reminder that I'm something different.
Well, that sounds promising. It means something is happening, even if we're not sure what.
I do have a theory, in that there's going to be certain conditions about wanting to be remembered that'll allow her to, like, I don't know, functionally turn it off and on. But I might be wrong. I've made plenty of theories during story games like this, and I've been incredibly wrong. But when I'm right, it feels oh so good.
Let us know if you notice it changing in any other ways, Miho. The more knowledge we have, the better.
Yeah, I will.
Once again, I think of Silver and her bead, which shone much more than mine. Will mine look like that someday? I wonder what it took to make hers to glow so brightly. Maybe even Silver doesn't know how the bead works. If it is instinctual, then shouldn't I understand it too? I guess I'll just have to ask someone. Sorry, sometime. I wrap my necklace back around my neck, popping the magnetic clasp together.
One way or another, we'll soon know more about Miho's magic from your experiment.
Yes, I think it's just about time for Miho and I to head out. By the time we get there, it'll have been a full day.
I'm ready to go if you are. You know I hate sitting around waiting.
Another thing we have in common. All right then, let's be off.
Good luck, you two. Let me know how it goes.
Will do.
Alright, time to find out if we can science out this magic. This time, when we get to the Bell House, Lena isn't waiting outside.
There's always a chance she just forgot in the regular way. I should have texted her first.
Guess we'll find out.
For what feels like the 1000th time in the last few weeks, I'm shaky with nervous energy. At least there's not any risk here. In the worst case scenario, nothing changes. I take the lead and open the door for Aspen, then follow her in. Lena is behind the counter.
Hey, boss!
She looks at me.
Who's your friend?
Well, it would have been too good to be true if the first thing we try worked. In fact, if this was actual proper science, I'd probably be a little suspicious. Anytime something goes perfectly right the first time, it's like, did I overlook something? Did I get lucky? And that's why you repeat experiments. I tried to hide the disappointment from my face. Well, it was worth a shot. It's too bad, but at least I was prepared.
Miho, I'm just
You-
messing with you.
Still a little suspicious. Still a little suspicious. Because again, like I just said, in real science, getting it right the first time feels wrong. Okay.
I remember everything. Told you my secret technique would work.
Ah yes. Tapping your temples and going, remember, remember, remember.
I'll call you again tonight.
Aspen leaned against me in relief. Collapse might be a better way to put it. I can tell she's thinking the same thing I am. Dealing with events like her trip home just got a lot easier to deal with.
God, Lena, you nearly gave me a heart attack. But I'm so glad to hear it that I don't even care.
Me too.
Well, actually, that kind of half raises the question, when are we going to break the news to the dating part of this relationship to Lena? Can we trust her with that? She does go on at length about so many things. A huge weight feels like it's been lifted off my shoulders. Not all of my problems are solved, but at least some of them are. Still at my side, Aspen holds my hand, and Lena's eyes bug out. Okay, immediately. Shock treatment.
Wait, are you two?
You surprise us, we surprise you. After giving me a quick kiss on the cheek, Aspen nods.
Why, yes, we are.
And Lena looks like she's seen a ghost.
Oh, no way! You seriously started dating someone before I did? I thought I had that one in the bag!
Like usual, I wasn't aware we were competing, but I certainly did win in this case.
Well, I guess just this once it's fine, since you two are pretty cute together. But I'll win next time!
And what exactly is next time?
Yeah, that's a great question. On her second girlfriend, is the competition whether she gets like Polly before you or what?
Not sure yet, but I'll figure that out soon.
Ah, yes, how easy it is having a one-sided rivalry.
Guess I'll leave you two lovebirds alone for a bit. Talk to you tonight, Miho.
Bye.
Putting her headphones in, Lena disappears into the back of the cafe, leaving the lobby to Aspen and me.
I do only have a bit, unfortunately. Probably better that no customers walk in like this. But I'm really, really glad this worked.
Me too. Now we don't have to worry anymore.
Not nearly as much, at least. I'll be busy this evening, but I'll call you later. And I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Okay. I should go tell Juliet that our idea worked too.
I'm sure she'll be overjoyed as well. Have a good day at work, and I'll try to message you if I can, alright?
Yeah. I'll try to figure out how to send a response.
Don't worry, I'm sure you'll have lots of practice. Talk to you again soon. But not soon enough.
Bye.
Give each other a quick hug, and then I head back to the library to deliver the good news. Like we expected, Juliet's also relieved. She gives me a quick lesson how to send messages, although she's almost as slow as I am. I spend most of my shift working, texting Aspen when I can, and looking forward to tomorrow. Now, obviously, the science can't stop there. I hope. I hope that they go further and go, okay, does the video call affect how long someone remembers you? Like, if it's just video call, will it still go the full 24 hours, or does it end up being shorter, or what? Because if it ends up being shorter, that's something you need to keep in mind. It's like very important. But yeah, waterfront, we're gonna get some more fishing missions. Now that I can be remembered, I decide to go introduce myself to Mr. Kim for what should be the last time. Before the day ends, I head to the waterfront and wait for him to not be busy with someone else.
Hello, miss. Here to fish?
Hi. Actually,
I give him an explanation of my magic, as well as run through the things he's shown me and told me. When I'm done, he rubs his chin, then laughs.
You know, that all makes perfect sense. I could remember some of those things, but not who I was with. I've been thinking it was my memory starting to fail on me.
Which is a concern, because I think he said he's like in his 50s or something when we first met him on the mountain.
Glad to hear it's just magic. And as for us, Miho, well, I suppose that makes you my new old friend then.
He sticks out his hand, and it takes a second for me to realize I'm supposed to shake it, but I do. We exchange phone numbers, and he promises to keep in touch so that he won't forget about me again.
talk to you later. Good night.
I press the button to end the call on my phone and then gently set the device on my windowsill. Getting through the phone calls needed to make sure I'm not forgotten is more work than I expect. Man, grammatically that feels weird to say like that. I'm glad that the people I've befriended are willing to put in the effort to see me every day. It's still such an inconvenience, though, and such a risk. For their sake, as much as my own, I need to try to find a better solution. Whether that means getting rid of my magic entirely or not, I have to at least know what my options are. I can't leave it all for Aspen and Julia to figure out, either. I need to put my own effort in, too. While I'm not nearly as good at reading and researching as they are, there's still that one idea that's come to my mind a few times. It's time to finally put it into action. Leaving my phone in my room, I get dressed and slip silently out the front door, make my way to Mount Victoria. Though before I forget, I really hope, it's just a case of not being, mentioned on screen, that she is remembering to charge her phone. I can understand that being something she does not automatically know how to do. And also simple enough that other characters might forget to mention it. God, feels like that sound was louder than normal. At the very edge of the path, I transform. Nose close to the ground, I head for the tree line in the wild part of the mountain. I'm rusty when it comes to tracking, and the sheer number of scents that assault my nose is overwhelming. I have to sift between them in my head while I run, disregarding the ones that I can tell are humans or other fabled or just part of nature. It isn't until I'm far from any roads or homes that I finally catch what I'm looking for. That familiar but unrecognizable presence. Honing in on what I can detect of Silver's trail, I follow it as closely as I can. Sometimes the lead goes cold, but I pick it up again a few meters away in a different direction. The path is windy and hard to follow. How does anyone live like this? It doesn't feel as if the path is leading anywhere in particular, but I stay on it, keeping my eyes and ears peeled for any other signs of her. Finally, after picking up the trail yet again near the river, I follow it until I reach a familiar spot and transform yet again.
No way.
It's been weeks, but traces of my den are still there. The weather's destroyed a lot of it, but the tunnel is only half caved in, and evidence of the holes where I buried my snacks and supplies remain too. Has Silver been staying here? There aren't any signs of life more recent than mine. Still, her scent ends here, as if she just disappeared. Something rustles from over near the collapsed den. Even with the moonlight, it's hard for me to see, so I change back into a fox, straining all my senses to detect anything. I don't. Nothing but me and the wind. Changing forms yet again, I still get the feeling that I'm not alone.
Hello?
Closing my eyes, I listen for any kind of response. A footstep, or a whisper, or even a breath. All I hear is silence.
Pitiful.
The voice is just inches from my ear, and I leap away on pure instinct, spinning around to face Silver.
I gave you so many chances, and you failed every one of them.
Don't know what you're talking about? I don't know where she came from, or how I didn't notice her, but she's here, slouching in the moonlight. Although I'm sure that, just like me, she could turn and run at a moment's notice. Or fight. I hope that's not what she wants, because I don't think I'd win.
How'd you do that? Sneak up on me like that, I mean. I didn't even have to try. I see nothing has changed since last time. If anything, the human pet has only gotten more docile.
I mean, technically, human pet is a phrase used by a particular sci-fi niche setting that a lot of people turn towards 18 plus work. I'm getting off track. I'm just saying it's not perfectly fitting.
Tell me, do they feed you scraps from a bowl as well?
That sounded a little racist, actually.
It's a plate, usually.
She certainly hasn't gotten any nicer since last time. But as harsh as she sounds, she remains at a distance, and I let myself relax a little. Now that I've had time to get used to her existence, she doesn't seem as intimidating. Even if I was more scared, I wouldn't want to show it like last time. Maybe it's because she reminds me of myself in some ways. Although her arms are crossed, one of her wrists shines in the moonlight from where her bead hangs on a strap. It's almost like looking in a mirror. We're as different as any two people can be, but just by existing, I feel some kind of bond with her. Something wild. Behind her shawl, I can see her eyes narrow.
So you admit it, then. Perhaps it's for the best. A dog dreams of nothing more than its master's hand. You can close your eyes, forgetting what made you open them in the first place, and disappear.
Silver spits out her last words like a challenge, daring me to respond. Her eyes shine like her bead does. I don't respond, unsure how. Not because she's made me question myself, but because I don't think she'd believe what I have to say. It feels like it's been ages, but really, it's only been a few months that I've been here in New Zealand. Not even a year ago. Didn't I feel the same way she does? Telling myself that I wasn't missing out on anything by being alone. Chasing some dream for decades without even stopping to think about it. Just dreaming my way through life. How could I tell her that? What could I say that would change her mind? I already know the answer. There isn't anything. Sometimes there are no right words.
I see you've forgotten how to speak as well.
Alright, get off your high horse.
But tell me, if you can, what was it you hoped to achieve by coming here? I could have left you chasing your tail in the dark if I'd wanted to, but you've somehow made me curious. I fail to imagine the desires of a hound.
I unhook my necklace and hold it in one hand. The pearls make a soft sound as they bang against each other, but my bead clatters loudly against its neighbor. It's still glowing, same as this morning.
Because I wanted to ask you something. If there was some way to stop our magic. Stop people from forgetting about us.
My fingers curl over the bead. Don't even have to see her face to know her reaction. She laughs, just once, and it sounds like a bark.
You managed to surprise me again. I didn't think even you would be so shameless as to try and rid yourself of your gifts. Ignore them, perhaps, but to abandon them? You have outdone yourself, dog. Fitting that you wear it around your neck like a collar.
I mean, it does. Well, when it wasn't glowing all the time, it did kind of blend in with all the other pearls, you know.
As for forgetting, I can only guess at what you must mean. Don't think yourself the same as me. My magic is nothing like yours. It takes a different form in every one of our sisters. My sisters, I should say.
Then what does yours do instead?
I don't see why I should tell you that. A dog need not concern itself with affairs above its head.
This dog thing is getting pretty old, you know.
Then leave. I only chose to acknowledge you to satiate my own curiosity. It won't happen a second time. Goodbye, dog.
Quick as a flash, Silver transforms, the glow from her bead lingering for a moment in the air. Before her paws touch the ground, she's already running away. Soon, Even her shining fur disappears into the night. I don't give chase. I really expect her to answer my question in the first place. Still, I don't think this visit was a waste of my time. Before I leave, I take a final look around at my den. When I left here with Juliet months ago, I expected to be back soon. But since I never went back, I never really said goodbye. It wasn't much even then. It's even less now. Compared to some of the other hideouts I've made, I didn't stay here very long. Still, it's special. I'd have a hard time going back to sleeping on the ground instead of a bed again, even if I had to. Maybe it'll change in the future. But right now, I'm pretty sure this will be the last den I ever made. Look around, I'm all alone again, and it's silent. The birds that used to chirp and greet me in the morning are either sleeping or gone. Still.
Night-night, birdies.
I whisper a final farewell before changing forms and dashing back to the library. The next morning, I once again keep my visit with Silver to myself. Breakfast is tasty like usual, and after a good meal, Juliet goes to bed and leaves Aspen and I on our own. I stand up from the table and stretch, expecting Aspen to do the same.
Time to go, huh?
Is it a day off?
Not today, actually. Regina's having me go back to working a mid-shift on some days, so I don't have to go in until noon. Meaning I can spend the whole morning with you, if you want.
Of course I do. Why wouldn't I?
Exactly, Aspen, you're wonderful.
Oh, no. I didn't mean it like that. Just that... Well, never mind. Sorry, just ignore me. I'm a little out of it.
It's fine, don't worry. But I can't just ignore you either. What's wrong?
Aspen sighs and then shrugs.
Let's go sit up front and I'll tell you. You need to open the library soon, right?
Yeah? Wanna help?
I'd love to.
Most of the preparations are already done, but we find things to do. I organize the front desk, taking care of some of the clutter while Aspen does a quick once-over the shelves and fixes a few out-of-place books. It reminds me a little of my first day working here, when Aspen helped out. She's a lot quieter this time, although she keeps herself busy. I wait for her to bring up whatever it is that's on her mind, rather than try to nudge it out of her. Oh, that was a mistake. Better that than accidentally clicking forward. After a while, we sit down behind the desk, where Aspen looks right at home. She casually unpacks her bag, setting aside a small hand mirror and a new notebook. Then she removes an envelope. It has a fancy logo at the top, but not one that I recognize. Did she get word back about her manuscript?
This was waiting for me in the mail yesterday.
The plastic part of the envelope crackles as Aspen removes the piece of paper from inside, frowning as she unfolds it. I watch her eyes move as she reads through it silently before sighing again.
It says, "Dear Ms. Benoit, we appreciate your manuscript submission and commend you for your success in completing a novel. Unfortunately, we do not find that it fits the criteria we're currently searching for, and as such must respectfully decline."
It's unfortunate, but like I said earlier in the stream when it had come up, the first few submissions, unless it's for like a contact test or you have someone who can vouch for you on the inside of the company, usually don't come up with anything. is the sad state of affairs that even when it comes to writing, most companies will want someone with experience rather than a newbie, with only a few exceptions. But if it is being properly described as a novel, depending on who you ask in the industry, that tends to be a minimum of 35,000 to 40,000 words. As an example, just in the fics I have been writing, just as practice for dialogue, I fill about 5 pages with 12-point font. And even with space coming up because of just dialogue or shorter paragraphs and whatnot, it's about sometimes 2,500 words across 5 pages. That's a 40-page book at that pace? Not counting when a page has to end early because it's the end of a chapter or something. That's still impressive. That's still a lot of writing. So she's going to feel bad about it, being declined, but there is no harm in having successfully written that much.
Respectfully, Purple Penguin Publications.
Slapping her hand with the paper, she clicks her tongue.
That's it. Not even 50 words, including names. I doubt they even read past the first chapter.
In their defense, if you can't grip readers from the first chapter, it needs a little bit of work. Some people don't even read the summary if you ask a few keywords they're looking for.
Wait, they said no? Why?
As it says, it's not what they're looking for. I wish they would have given more detail than that, but I suppose I'm lucky to hear anything back at all.
They're totally gonna regret it in the future when your books are really popular.
I hope you're right. I was prepared for rejections, of course. Even Agatha Christie didn't get published until her second book. Still, I wasn't expecting them to come in so fast.
You sent it to a few different ones, right?
Right, I made a list of my top 15 choices and submitted it to all of them. At first it was going to be my top 10, but I decided maybe I should expand it some. It turns out that was a good idea. So far, 3 of them have already said no. This one stung a bit more because Purple Penguin is one I was hoping would say yes the most.
I'm sorry. I hope your other top choices still work out.
Yes, me too. It's why I wasn't going to tell you and Juliet at first. I wanted to wait until I had good news to share. But I'm not sure that'll be coming. I'll try not to be a downer, though. I knew there was a good chance this would happen. Don't let me distract you from work, either.
Screw that. Relationships aren't just about the highs. It's also about being there together even during the lows. If your partner can't do that, they may not be putting as much effort into the relationship as you are. And it's something to think about. Not necessarily a red flag, but it's something to think about.
Nah, you won't. Here, look at these.
In an effort to cheer her up, I pull out some of the writing practices that I've been working on and show them to Aspen.
Wow, you've improved so much already. This looks great, Miho.
With a genuine smile, Aspen slowly flips through the pages. I know there's not much to see, since it's a lot of repeating the same thing over and over, but she still looks at everyone.
Really, I'm so proud of you.
Thanks.
Showing Aspen my attempts to learn how to write feels a little silly compared to her finishing a whole novel, but I can tell that she means every word of praise.
I'm proud of myself, too.
I don't tell her that a big part of my motivation is being able to read what she writes. I want it to be a surprise when I get there. From the very start, having Aspen in my life has inspired me to be a better person. Now that we're in love, it makes me want to try at least twice as hard. I want to be able to love her writing too. Even if those penguin people don't like it, I'm sure I will, because it comes from her heart. I believe in Aspen, even when she doesn't. Just like she's always believed in me. I want to do everything I can to live up to that faith. Aspen sticks around for a while, reading a book from one of the shelves. I keep my nose to the grindstone all morning, using every free minute that I get to practice. Only taking a break to say goodbye to Aspen when she leaves. Even when it gets boring, which doesn't take very long, even after my hand starts to hurt, I keep practicing. One letter at a time, I'll get there. Alright, and that seems like a good note to leave it off on, because a scene with Lena is probably going to be anything but a 10-minute scenario. Always just going to do a quick save for safety, and a full save as well. Should be this one. Just going back between two in case there's some, I don't know, some glitch or something. I still have something to fall back on. But with that, let us go to the BRB screen, and hopefully the person I was planning to raid it to is still on. Alright. First need to get a window up for Twitch. But I hope everyone had fun. These streams are very nice, because I've not had a job that requires talking a lot as of late. And for several years, my ability to speak in conversation was really cut back in terms of how long I could handle doing it. Before not being out of breath, but feeling just like cotton mouth or unable to keep speaking. It was very annoying. But those of you who enjoyed it, let's see, what is it? Friday, so 2 days from now, it'll be the same 5 to 9 CST, because my Friday night, not D&D game, role-playing night, has unfortunately opened up this week, because 2 of the players can't make it. It's a fun little space pirate type campaign, and they're not the ones that are the pirates. Though maybe, going forward, they've made some mistakes with splitting the party 4 different ways. And with the way the plot is going, some of them may have to pick up temporary characters until they can reconnect. Because there are some fun interworld teleportation methods that they have yet to be trained on, but they made some choices that forced some parts of the plot to progress quickly. But I occasionally talk about those antics they get up to in my non-story game of the week, which we did not yesterday, Monday, of a Pokemon fan game called Swirling Seasons. That was fun, even though it's only a demo out. Next week I'm thinking just like Super Auto Pets, something like quick, easy to play, so I have more time to talk. Yeah, with that in mind, it looks like, yeah, they're still up, playing Hades 2. There's the, yep, raid working. Raid message if anyone wants to do it. Should be that, there we go. Those are global emotes, so they should work for everyone. Why do we fall? So we can help people back up. Something we've had for a while, because I hope, well, more people can just, like, be hopeful, put that energy out into the world instead of focusing on all the downsides. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for being here, happy little machine. But as always, my wonderful tome readers, hope you are eating enough, drinking enough, getting enough sleep. Take care of your body so your body can take care of you. I hope to see some of you back here for Friday as we pick up that little event with Lena. See you guys later.